Okay, there we go.
Do not.
Call of Duty. If you see this operator in Call of Duty, run. There's a Call of Duty.
Hey, dude, are you still enjoying Black Ops 6? Yeah, I'm loving it.
All right. Anyway, you ready to get sniped up? Let me announce.
Yeah.
There's a lot of players with 9-to-5s or hobbies that doesn't play Call of Duty 24/7. So
Okay, wait, shit.
They have to be prepared to play against the phase because of skill-based matchmaking. Yeah, that can be really discouraging. Not everyone has the time to keep.
Okay, what's your position?
My position is that Sanji is stronger than Law from One Piece.
Sanji is stronger than Law. Okay. What is? Can we only go up to the end of Egghead? Because I haven't read past that.
Yeah.
And I doubt anything has happened, but okay, Sanji's harder than Law. Okay, you can go ahead. Wait, who's judging? Wait, let me see. Who wants to judge?
I mean, I don't know any of these guys. I guess, like, I don't know. I was just kind of having the recording, so.
Yeah, I don't care. Who do you want to judge?
This is a troll.
Okay, Wex is judging. Alright, okay, go ahead.
Alright, so I'm just gonna post a skill in chat. Sanji being way faster than Queen by over a perception boost here, and Queen is relative speed scaling to Law. So
you're talking about Germa Sanji?
Yeah, like in post Wano with the Germa enhancements and Infer Jambe.
Are they always on?
There's. What do you mean, like always on?
Like, because he didn't have access to his enhancements for a long time. I'm saying, are they? Is there like ever a statement where his enhancements are now always on?
Okay, basically how it worked is that the enhancements weren't on all his life because of I think some supplements or some shit. But once he started fighting Queen, like they started coming to him, and then during the fight, right, like as he started experimenting with Infer Jambe and whatnot, he had access to him fighting Queen, and since then he's still been able to use Infer Jambe, which was a result of his exoskeleton and shit. So it does seem to be that like in all the combats.
Can you prove that attack is limited only to his exoskeleton?
Wait, what do you want?
Prove that attack is limited only to his exoskeleton.
Sure. Also in the chat, the reason why he's able to create the flames of Infer Jambe is because of the sturdy exoskeleton that he gained from the enhancements.
Enhanced strength and super speed. Yeah, okay, no, this doesn't show. Okay, can you show that what's it called? He used it later.
Sure.
Yeah. Are you actually built like Dave Lunch, or that was like a troll made up?
Here's another example. Did you see them, by the way, right? In the general chat.
Yeah, 1 second. I gotta do my texting me. Where's the second one from?
The second one, I believe, is chapter 1127.
Is that from Egghead? Like,
Bro, it's not real.
I think it's an Elbaf.
Oh, we said.
That's like in terms of I'm not using like Elbaf Sanji, but I'm using this.
Yeah, I know, but you wouldn't be able to prove this point past. Yeah, I don't.
No. Listen. I'm not using Elbaf Sanji in terms of scaling.
Yeah, no, I just answered that. I know you're not using Elbaf Sanji, but this is using knowledge from the cutoff point.
But what? Well, you didn't really contextualize what you meant by the cutoff, right?
No, I literally said nothing past
Okay, yeah, but
it
nothing
was
costs in
specific.
terms of what? Like nothing to
Yeah,
scale off?
nothing means no thing. What the fuck? That means no thing. This is a
Yeah,
thing.
but obviously, like in terms of like, I was thinking you meant like no, like actual scaling, Sanji, not
That's not what I
no.
said. That's not what I said. I literally said nothing, no thing. This is a scan from a future arc that
I
we
don't
can
think
pick up.
no, I don't think you can prove that you were contextualizing it in that way.
I know I didn't contextualize it. I said nothing. That was my
Yeah,
point.
sure.
I
So
literally
obviously
wasn't using
that's
context.
why I got the faulty impression, right, from you that
No, no,
okay.
you just misunderstood because you
No, I
don't know
didn't.
English.
No.
Nothing means no thing
Yeah, in terms of what? In terms of what? Fucking prove that.
in terms of things. That's what
In terms
no
of what
thing
thing? In terms
means.
of what thing? Yeah, I don't think you can say this is a thing in context of what you were trying to say. You can't
Oh,
prove
can
that.
you identify it? Can you identify the scan?
I'm trying to show you the LVAS
Wait,
scan.
can you identify the scan?
What do you mean identify the scan?
Can you tell me? You told me where the scan is from, right? You could identify it.
Okay, so
Then it's a thing.
I'm not arguing it's not a thing.
Okay, so I said no things. This is a thing.
Okay, but yeah, I said nothing in terms of what.
Yeah,
Dumbass.
not it's general. It's not specific to anything.
You're gonna
So
be
it's
like
in
this.
terms of all things.
But-
No things in terms of things.
Yeah, in terms of what things?
All things.
Why all things?
Because no thing is a
No, but the
group
problem is that
set of
nothing, like
things.
nothing can be contextualized, right? So I'm thinking,
Yeah, it could be, but I explicitly didn't. So
no, okay, that doesn't mean that you weren't by name your implicit nature.
yeah, no, but it was because I generalized it. I never
Yeah, sure,
specified a
you
single
can
thing.
say that now. That's what you think, right? But at the end
Wait,
of
no,
the
no,
day,
it's what I said. It's just what I
no,
said.
it's not. You literally
No, it
said
is.
you didn't realize it.
No, it is.
I don't even, I don't even care about arguing whether or not he can use this thing all the time because I'm using him at his strongest. I'm not using this hypothetical Sanji that cannot, that's not using
Wait,
his
no, you
normal.
never. Wait, no, you never specify him at his peak, right? Because in that case, I didn't specify. So I get Law with his awakening out.
Okay, well, if you want to specify the versions of our characters now, right, then
Wait,
I'll
no, no,
say,
but if we don't specify the version, it would the general case would be what they usually are in, which is their day to day, like average ability. They don't usually start at the peak of their ability.
oh, in a battle, I don't know why we would say that, but
No, no,
okay.
you think characters in One Piece start in their awakening form?
Depending on the
It's
situation,
generally
right?
untrue. That's very generally
In
untrue.
terms of, but either way, right? Wait a minute. I'm saying, right, to say that Sanji's stronger than Law, I don't care if there are certain factors, in a fight
Wait, but
that,
that matters. It's important to the battle. The
no,
question
no,
is,
because
in a battle scenario, does this occur? And you just say, well, in this very specific scenario, it's true.
no, I'm trying to
That
prove,
just means that means you
I'm
didn't
trying to
prove the
prove,
point.
I'm trying to prove Sanji's stronger than Law, right? By that, I'm gonna take to show at his best versus what Law is able to show at his best, right? With his awakening or not, right? So obviously, I don't care whether or not Sanji may or may not be able to. I still think he can, but I may or may not be able to use this all the time. Where he's gonna start on this exoskeleton, the Ifrijambe shit. This is him at his best, so that's why I'm scaling above Law to be he's stronger than Law. If he shows better
Yeah,
feats,
but that's only with this specific attack. The actual premise was my character beats your character, not does your character outscale in any sense?
but I said specifically he's just stronger. But okay,
Okay, wait, that's general. That's not just saying he's stronger in this one specific attack. That's a different proposition.
this is not just an attack.
Okay. I mean, I don't think you proved that point, but okay. I mean, we can move on.
As I said, okay. Well, I mean, if we're gonna be confused, if we're gonna start debating on what we were trying to propose, right?
Yeah.
I
What was your? Yeah. You might need to specify some things. So what version of Sanji are you using?
I'm using Sanji with his Ifrinjambe and his exoskeleton, based on basically what we saw.
Oh, peak. Okay, the strongest Sanji we see. Okay. Okay. Do I get Awakened Law?
Yeah, you can use Awaken Law.
Okay. Cool. All right. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. Sure. I can grant this Sanji can use his exoskeleton and whatever.
All right. What was I gonna say? This is again the scale. I'll just type it out in chat and explain a little further. Sanji is well over a perception blitz level faster than Queen, who has a relative speed scaling to Law. So
Can't put down the cut. Oh, shit. That's my shit. Can't put down the cup. Mr. Garnica.
My bad, Geass. I might, he might be talking.
Yo, how many times you and Lukas gonna debate?
This is our first debate.
No, y'all was debating the other day.
No.
I was just slapping him up on I mean, I guess in like a 20 second.
Slapping him up, bro. We just talked. This is good.
Yeah, you got slapped up. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Okay, wait. Okay, cool. Whatever. This Sanji can beat up Queen. That's cool. Yeah, my character can actively damage Yonko, like Big Mom.
Okay, well, hold up. So, if my character, right, is well over perception blitz level above your character, then it doesn't matter whether or not.
Wait, no. That's what's in question, dumbass. Just saying. Your
That's the
character.
point. That's the point of my scale. He's perception blitz level well above Queen.
Bro, I know the
Yeah.
point of your argument is to
That's
prove the
relative.
argument, bitch. Let me fucking
As
respond.
relative speed scale. Okay, so do you want me to provide a proof for?
Yeah,
relative
wait.
speed
I
scale?
can. Yeah. I can just debunk the Queen relative to Law. Queen never even encounters Awakened Law. So how are you like scaling off of that?
Okay, my scaling for Queen relative to Law is Queen being relative to King. I mean, no, not even. Queen being relative to Marco in terms of speed, who's able to outspeed King, who's able to keep up with Zoro, who's able to keep up with Law in terms of speed.
Wait, real quick, where are you from, Lucas?
Okay, wait. Write that long ass chain out, and then I
Yeah,
can
that's what
respond to each point. You like I can't respond to like 8 links in a scaling chain at once.
Do you want to know where I'm from? What do you mean, like where I'm from? Like,
What country?
what's it
Yeah.
oh, I'm from Albania.
Albania! Hey, Bob.
There's a scaling chain.
Queen to the King, to the Marco, to the Zora. Queen to King is fine. I don't think King scales to Marco.
Do you think Marco is
Faster, yeah.
Okay? That's why I have the greater than symbol there. But if you want to, if it's like Marco's not even that like necessary because Marco's kind of like the for Queen and King. So King relative to Zoro relative to Law, you can just ignore Marco.
King relative to Zora. I think he is in the sense that he can stop most of his attacks. Okay, in that case, do you think can you show Zoro's relative to Awakened Law?
Don't say.
Yo, Geass,
What's up, man?
can I announce?
Sure, yeah.
Wait. What are you announcing?
The debate?
Oh, okay. Ayo, you gotta open challenge.
So what?
Yo, don't you have an open challenge, Gagamaru?
An open challenge?
Yeah, so like, if anybody can beat you in a fight, they get a ban.
Okay, so here's
What characters are you using?
Okay,
here's
Yo, Gagamaru, where you work, bro?
here's Zoro's relative speed scaling to Law. So this attack that Kaido and Big Mom use is something that Law teleports him way out of. But before he's able to do that, Zoro goes.
Wait, hello,
into...
let me look at the scan. Why the niggas trying to speed run the scan, bitch?
I'm just trying to like explain this game.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do, but I still didn't even get to see the scan.
But I sent it.
Are you stupid?
I mean, obviously, like while you're looking at it, I can just explain just so you know where I'm trying to go with that.
Yeah, I know. I can't, bro. Shut the fuck up. Shut up,
Why is this guy so mean? Anyways,
bro. You're dumb. You're dumb. Just like,
all right, bro.
what? Okay, what's the feat you're getting from this?
Okay, so Kaido and Big Mom use this attack, and Law has to teleport the crew away from there. But before he's able to do that, Zoro ends up blocking the attack and giving them time. So Zoro showing
Bro,
relative.
he's some distance away from them. He can anticipate the attack.
Sure, okay. Even if he did, which I don't see an indication that he's done so, he was still fast enough.
Do you
to
know where they
move.
start from? Are you aware of how far away they start from?
Kaido and Big Mom relative to the rest of the guys.
Yes. How far their attack travels is important in a reaction feed. It gives him
Okay.
anticipation and
Okay,
response.
the problem is, right, that
Wait.
obviously.
Can you before we move on? Can you answer the actual question, or can we just? Are you
Okay,
gonna drop that?
okay, repeat your
'Cause
question.
I'm asking you a very simple, direct question. You're kind of not
Yeah,
kind of.
are
You're
you
top.
trying to just say that because there's a good distance between them, they have reaction time
Yeah.
to the guys?
Well, one, I know the scan. They're actually quite a distance away, and so he does get reaction time. But then two,
Okay.
are you actually accounting for that in the feat you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm accounting for that.
Okay, if he gets reaction time, how does this scale him to these people?
You can say this is kind of a big one. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it scales him to Law because in the time that it takes Law to teleport the guys out of there, Zoro is in this time able to go and block the attack.
Yeah, but that doesn't. That's two different actions, right? His devil fruit abilities and a feat he has to do is not the same as blocking an attack. They literally just requires him to raise his arms. Law's ability to teleport is dependent on a number of things, which is like
But
one, the amount of people he's teleporting, the relative hockey of the people he's teleporting, and how far he's moving them. So it's just two completely different dependent actions.
wait. Law's ability involves sweeping
Yes.
his fingers and people teleport out of the way. So in fact,
Yeah, he moved.
it would
Wait,
be
I
less.
don't.
It's
Huh?
less movement than Zoro, who has to go to the attack and then block
Wait,
it
no,
with
no,
his.
no. It's not a movement. It's not just a you're retarded. It's not just a movement thing. It depends on the number of few things he's teleporting or people. It depends on how far he's moving them, right? It takes more energy and time to move something further away. And then to the
No, it
relative
doesn't.
hockey. Wait, let me finish. The most important thing, the relative hockey of the people he's teleporting. The more hockey someone has, the harder it is for him to teleport. Do you want proof of that?
Um, no. Okay, wait.
Okay,
You
so
have to,
that's
okay,
two different things.
let me contextualize what I'm trying to say. You can prove that it takes him more time. Prove that it takes him more time to teleport people with more hockey. And that's
No,
all.
no, no, that's not what I said. What I actually said was that the dependence on the amount of hockey and how easy it is for him to teleport depends on the number of people he's teleporting. Right? It's easier for him to use his ability on two people than it is for like a group of eight, right?
Okay,
I mean, do you want proof of that?
sure, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Ironic.
Okay, does anyone?
God damn, Geass gonna slam right now.
Such a bit, bro. Please don't be annoying. You can get banned right real quick, bitch. Anyway, does anyone have the scan that shows that it takes greater strain and energy for Law to teleport more and larger objects?
I can try and grab it for you.
Thanks.
Mm-mm-mm.
Do you want to wax me the bitch?
He said what? He said, "Do more wax need a bitch?"
Yo, yeah. What's the topic?
Yeah, mother.
Yo, yes.
Uh,
What's
the
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 topic?
topic the topic is how much Junior Chicken Burgers Geass can stuff down in 5 minutes.
Ha ha ha.
I'm sorry.
So Geass is saying 15, but Lucas is saying 10. That's the dispute.
What the fuck?
Don't worry, they coming out with a little bit of special. Anyway,
Bro,
But what the fuck
in
is this argument?
fuck?
Okay, if you're at the ripe age of 45 and you're unemployed, tap in.
projection. Anyway,
Yeah, Geass is step 2.
yeah, I'm trying to find the scan. It he like strains more when he's moving like more and bigger shit.
Yeah, like I remember a statement like that existed too. I don't know
Yeah,
where it came from.
yeah. It
Solid
might be
chit
too fun
chat.
here. Hold on, let me grab it.
I bet.
What? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see when the Wi-Fi is.
Bro, he has to be autistic like no bullshit. The guy have autism.
Oh my god.
Now that should have to be like so like top 3 most autistic things I've ever seen on the internet.
Yeah, you should block both of you.
Wait, no, chill. I was joking. I was joking. You're not
You
on the
too.
spectrum. You're not on the spectrum. I apologize.
Yo, what the fuck?
Yo, Lucas, are you fine just granting the scan existed? Like I can vouch it exists.
No. I mean, like the only scan, I feel like you might be confused with the scan of him being unable to teleport kind of big man dude there a little
Okay,
bit.
wait here. I think I found. Hold on one second. Sorry, I haven't seen these scans. It's trouble to grab them. It's me looking. Okay. Annie chilling. Yeah, a minute. Oh wait, it's 698. But bro. Damn, what the fuck? I'm trying to find the one scan, but it's tripping, bro. I think it's 7. Okay, I found it. It's 761. Yeah.
Big lie.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Yeah.
give me one.
Dick. Hmm?
Yeah, give me 1 sec. Sorry. All right. Yeah, bro. I think I have it. Will you grant it takes him more energy to use more abilities?
You mean like more of his like go through shit?
Yeah, using more abilities takes him more energy.
Yeah.
Okay, then it is a stamina feat as well.
Like
It
using his
requires him to
ability.
gather more stamina to be able to teleport more people.
No, I disagree with it taking more stamina depending on how many people he's
Huh?
teleporting.
Wait, but that's more using the ability more. Like
No,
you,
because so the problem is that he's still using one ability, which is River Shambles and whatnot. But that isn't like
no,
using
but
that.
he's using it more is what I'm saying. I didn't say it wasn't just one ability.
Like he's
So
using it to a
if
higher.
I wait, look, let me finish. So if I say he uses an ability
That's
one
what I mean.
time, it's less than him using it 20 times, right?
I don't think he's using it 20. He's still using it one time, just on multiple targets. Still using it
Wait,
one
no,
time.
that's still more. Okay, that's still just more people though. Like I can agree
Okay,
with you,
that's
even
not
if it's
more.
just. Wait,
That's not
let me
more
finish.
ability.
Even
Who's
if
what?
it's just let me finish. You're gonna get muted. Even if it is just one time, using, for example, lifting 10 people is more than lifting one person. Like, do we understand that?
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's not more abilities. You specifically said more abilities, as in like.
No, I said he's using the ability more. That's what I said.
Well, you said more abilities. Like
No,
it ain't even.
I didn't. He's using. I agreed explicitly. He's using one ability. He's just using it more.
I know. Like when you said it takes more time for more abilities, right? I'm agreeing to a sense like, oh, he can use Room Shambles, and if he uses like the Tact ability or the Gamma Knife ability, then it's gonna use more stamina. I'm not agreeing to
I
him
know.
using.
It's not what I've clarified like
Okay,
four
sure.
times.
Okay, no, 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 I did
Wait, stop.
not.
You're
I
muted.
really
You're
did
muted.
not.
Be quiet. Stop talking over me, dude. um. Yeah, I just said he's using the ability more. So if he's using it more, aka using it for like 10 people versus one, that's more stamina drain, and he has to gather more stamina.
I do not grant that. No.
You don't agree for example, I can just show a consistency. If a Doflamingo uses the bird cage or uses his strings in like a super small area, it takes him way less energy to gather it than it does in like a what's it called, like a large area. Do you disagree with that?
No, but why is that analogous?
Okay, so using the ability at a greater scale requires more energy
Why is this using the ability at a greater scale?
because there's more area being covered. Creating a weapon for an island is different than creating it for like a room size.
So you
You,
believe that? Wait. So you believe that using because the room has to be bigger to take all these people, it's gonna cost more stamina.
yeah, because it takes more area and he has to use it on more targets.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Okay, okay, that was kind of crazy. But okay, cool. So yeah, I mean that literally just means he has to gather more stamina. So this isn't necessarily a speed.
No, okay, well that wouldn't be relevant to what's it? That wouldn't be relevant to the time it takes him to what's it?
No, it is because he has to gather more stamina to make the room larger and to
Like,
use the ability at a
what do you mean
larger
gather
scale.
more stamina?
Means he has to gather more stamina.
Wait, what do you mean gather more stamina?
There's times where Law explicitly has to take breaks and use the room in a concentrated way because he can't actually use all the abilities how he wants to at any given time. Do you want proof of that?
Okay.
Do you want proof that he can't use the ability unlimitedly?
Well, okay, I'm not disagreeing because I think that if he spams enough use of his abilities, he'll eventually like gas out. But specifically want proof for. So okay, you're trying to say that if he were to wait, you're trying to say that if he were to use this wide a room, he would take a break while doing so to not gas.
That's when he's like out and has to regain it. But I'm just it takes there's a direct correspondence between him taking more time to use the ability when he doesn't have full stamina and the amount of time it takes for him to activate that ability. So, for example, um, if he needs to make a bigger room, it actually requires him to like take a second to charge it.
Okay, wait,
You
I can
understand?
agree. I can agree. It can take him more time to make a bigger room.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If in this scenario, if you have a group of like 10 people that you literally require a bigger room.
Then
I
the,
mean, we
then
already granted that. I'm just gonna move on. Okay, cool. So,
okay. Well,
this isn't a
either
feat.
way, I don't. Yeah, I don't think you can claim this isn't a feat because Law, even though he's making a bigger room than perhaps the normal standard that he uses in a fight. Well, there's a couple problems. First off, he's still able to make like even an island-sized room in Punk Hazard relatively quickly. So I don't believe that even if you were to
Uh,
want to argue, right?
okay,
Wait,
I'll respond when you finish.
even if you want to argue that this room would be bigger than the normal, it and like it would take him more time to set it up because obviously he's got to like expand it to a longer distance. It would be to an irrelevant degree compared to the norm.
Wait, no. The other part you don't really consider is the amount of hockey the person has takes on requires him more energy, and there's a certain limit that he can go up to. So
Wait,
there is a limit where he literally just can't teleport people. Like for example, they say teleport Big Mom and Kaido, and he
yeah.
explicitly says I can't even teleport them. Their hockey is just way too large.
Wait, I
So
can agree.
if he let me finish. If he's adding
Yeah.
more people, and these are like varying hockey members, you could there's no way you could quantify the difference between like Zoro's hockey versus Queens or like fucking kids or whoever else. Actually, I think there's arguments for why they have more, but their hockey you couldn't quantify it respective to Queens. And then two, he's just teleporting more people with these large hockey amounts. So it literally could just be he has to take more time because these guys have these huge reserves and there's like 10 of them.
Okay, as I said, right? One sec. Yeah, as I said, what was I gonna say? Um, I can grant that once you like, if you are at a hockey level that is far beyond laws, that he won't be able to teleport you. But that is distinct from if you have a high amount of hockey relative to who are slightly above laws, it is going to take more time to teleport him. Like I
Wait,
don't.
no. I said it takes more energy for him. That's not what I said. I said it takes
Okay,
more
sure,
energy.
I mean,
For
even
example, there. Wait, let me. Can I respond fully? Like, why are you cutting me off? I'll let you go.
I want to explain more on
Um.
what I said. Okay.
Okay. Finish. Yeah. Finish.
Yeah. No, all I meant to say to clarify, right? Because I don't want to be misinterpreted. I'm just saying, like, even if we said that it takes more energy, the probably I actually don't. Okay, fuck. Let me
Right.
just give me a second. Give me a second, because I'm getting brain fart. I'm saying, even if we said it takes more energy, that wouldn't be the same as taking more time.
Wait, no. So he has to gather more energy if it does. If it literally takes it more energy. Here, and Gagamaru actually said one of the scans I was talking about. Look in debate discussion.
Okay, it takes toll on my
Okay,
stamina.
and then look at the middle. He says, "But it takes a toll on my stamina. I suppose the silver lining of being cut for so long is that you had to hold me over here. So I managed to conserve my strength." So when this was using his ability to teleport them out of the Doflamingo fight. So even just using this ability to teleport one person, just Luffy, to out of the fight. So they went from the top of that building to like a floor down. Even that he said took a toll on his stamina, right? So if that's true, that means teleporting like 10 people that are much strong. Like this is a way weaker Luffy, by the way. So doing more people with more hockey would take more energy.
Okay, that doesn't actually prove that. It just this proves
Huh?
that. Wait a minute. So I'm assuming when he says, "Wait, but it takes a toll on my stamina," he's talking about the act of teleporting them here, right? That's what you're trying to say. Just like, quickly say that.
Teleporting one person to like a room, like a floor away. Yes.
Okay, so again, like I can agree that using his ability takes a toll on his stamina, but I don't believe that
Wait, who wants to judge? He's not really getting the point. I don't want to just keep hearing him repeat the argument.
no, because again, you're not okay. I'm
Well,
basically
that's
saying
cool. Who can judge though? Because I'm not trying to hear the argument for like a fifth time.
well, hey, listen, we can conclude it eventually, right? I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
gonna.
cool. But we need a Yo, where Wex at? Is Wex muted? Oh, wait, why'd y'all mute Wex? Yo, Wex, you're judging.
Leave me alone.
Bitch.
Well, if nobody can judge right now, we can obviously, at least have it on rec. And again, I'm not gonna try.
Yeah, I
and,
think the Albanian guy won. Sorry.
That's cool. I think
I
it
can
won the
judge.
match. She had me. We're freaky ass.
I can judge the. I can judge.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Baka's confident. Sure. All right, but yeah, we can finish in a second. So
okay.
yeah, I'm just saying,
I joined really late, so I just need to hear y'all like voice.
bro. It's like been the same point for like it's like 15 minutes.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that this scan just proves that the action took stamina. It doesn't prove that there's a correlation between how many people he had to teleport or anything like that, and the amount of stamina that it took, or their hockey level, or anything like that.
Yeah. No. I already. Okay. Good.
All it proves is that the action itself took stamina, which again, teleport people.
Okay, bro, you like say the same thing like 3 times in a row. That's how you.
I just want.
But anyway. Yeah, I know. We heard you say that. Bro. So okay. So now the major thing, if there's some hockey amount that he can't teleport people at, for example, with Big Mom and Kaido, then it literally is based on some unit hockey, right? Or he can't teleport people or it takes more energy and time for him to teleport people based on the amount of hockey they have, right? So it is literally based on not just the action, but the amount of hockey that he's teleporting per unit person, right? If that weren't true, there wouldn't be a limit um, for the amount of people that he's taking. So there has to be some unit, which is obviously hockey.
So, wait, you're basically
if he's teleporting 2 people and they overreach that limit, that is a direct identification of the limit or them being over the limit at which he can teleport. So it literally is just based on hockey and the amount that he's moving per unit distance, right?
I mean, okay.
So let me finish. So if that's true, teleporting 10 people with very high hockey, like Kid, Zoro, Luffy, etc., would take more energy and stamina versus just teleporting one weaker Luffy or a bunch of weak ass Marines. So just saying, well, we don't know is obviously denied by this idea. So.
Okay, as I said, okay, let me just say this idea because I'm properly fully.
If you just repeat yourself,
I'm not gonna repeat myself. The idea that at a certain hockey threshold he cannot use a power at all does not correlate to the more you reach to that threshold, like the closer your hockey gets to that threshold where it just doesn't work, means that there's more taxing to use the ability. I want you to prove that correlation.
Yeah, so he says in the scan, so I sent it.
Just Rosso?
Yeah. He says in the scan, but it takes it, and I'll get the full, let me grab the full context from the scan. We've got, okay, cool. Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Okay. He says, I suppose the silver lining of being cuffed for so long is that you had to haul me over here. So I managed to conserve my strength. So he's talking about the amount of distance they had to travel. And he's saying because they cut off a certain amount, because he didn't actually travel the full amount, he actually conserved some of his strength. So it is a scaling ability that goes by some unit length or some unit distance.
Wait, if you wanna, and as I said, right, This would mean okay, so he obviously didn't have to make as big of a room because he traveled physical distance. And as I said, I already agreed that if he uses his room to a larger scale, as if he makes like a bigger room, it's gonna take more stamina. That's
Wait,
different
exactly.
than
Wait. That was the argument though. It's saying it scales to some unit based on the amount of work that he's doing, right? So just saying there's some threshold, and it's unknown how much energy he's using up until that threshold is denied by the fact that he's saying based on how much I scale my ability back, I can save energy.
Wait, I was just having a problem with the idea that it had to do with like if he was teleporting people with a certain like based on their hockey level, it's gonna take more issue there, or like the weight of people that he had to.
Wait, it has to again, it has to stack numerically because there is a certain amount of hockey that you can use until you reach a threshold, right? So if there is some amount, that means that it is based on some unit. It's like very simple.
Okay, no, but as I
Just
said,
saying that, just saying anything before the unit threshold is unlimited doesn't. It's not based on. I don't know where you're getting that idea
well,
from.
I'm saying, wait,
Like,
what
what's
I'm
that based
saying,
on?
I'm not even claiming anything. I'm saying that just because the unit, I guess,
Yeah, you're just saying it's possible it's unlimited until it reaches the threshold.
wait, wait, because you're trying to basically claim here is that with the amount of hockey used, the amount of hockey that somebody has is correlated to how difficult it will be to teleport them. That's what I'm asking to
Yeah,
prove.
and the number of people that are using it, like he's using it on.
The number of people, again, that's what I'm asking you to prove. This scan just
Okay,
proves
wait.
that the
I'm demonstrating the ability scale. It's consistent. The ability scales in energy based on some unit actions, right? So if he uses more abilities, that's a scaling that costs him more energy. If he makes the room larger, where he can use the ability at greater distances, that's a scaling of it. It scales upward. I'm showing consistently his ability does scale with the amount of work he has to do
you're
and the
saying.
area that wait, let me finish, and the area that he covers. So I'm giving a preponderance of evidence. You're just saying, well, maybe not, right? It's not an
Okay,
argument.
okay. So to redefine your defining your argument, you're saying that because, like with this scan, that proves that the larger he makes his room, the more difficult it is to use it. Because it's
Yes,
scaling a
there's a
unit.
consistent trend that the ability scales upward in energy use, like almost every devil fruit ability ever, right? Just saying it could not be that way isn't
Wait. Okay, no, I get
counterfactual.
your argument. I get your argument,
It's
but
retarded.
wait a minute. This is just proving the physical
Okay,
distance.
wait, we can move on. We can move on. We can move on.
Wait, because I haven't responded yet. This is just proof that the physical distance of the fruit is correlated to the stamina. Why would this also draw back to you have to
Okay,
prove
let's move on.
let me finish. You have to prove that the other units are units that can be like again
No,
more
no, I'm
people.
showing a
Wait,
consistency. It's true for bro.
let
It's
me
true for
explain. Let
almost
me explain.
every
Yes,
ability, and I'm showing it's
yes,
consistently true, bro.
Yeah,
Like what?
it can be true.
yes.
Wait,
You
it can
know,
be
we're
true.
moving on.
It can,
We're moving on.
it can be
Hold up,
true
hold up,
in
hold up. Yeah,
it can be true.
Lucas, you can finish your point, but like after this, let's move to conclusions. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
But as I said, what was I going to say? This proves that the more he uses his ability, you would have to prove again, as I said, that I
Wait,
agree
no,
that
he's just repeating himself, bro.
I'm
Can we
not
move on?
repeating myself. Let me finish. I know you.
Yes, let him finish this point, and then we'll move to conclusions.
Okay, basically prove that these other mechanics, like the more people that he's got to teleport and other shit, are something that would factor in just like physical distance will. I can agree that other devil fruits, the more you use them, the more, as I said, it's gonna stamina drain you. But you've not actually proven how these would also be a sense of using his devil fruit more. I think that making it bigger is an example of using his devil fruit more. I do not believe that using it on more
He's basically
people is an
concluding the same
example of
thing
doing
I've
it
heard
more or
like
using
5
it on
times.
more
Anyway,
hockey.
let me ask one more question. And then I'll be done. So do you think there's a numeric? Is there a quantifier for how much hockey he can move?
I mean, in the sense of like, there's a hockey level that cuts off like whether he's able to
Yeah, yeah.
affect
Is
some
that quantified though? That's what I'm actually asking.
like relative to his own hockey.
Sure, in general, it doesn't matter. Is there any quantification for how much hockey he can move?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, does he not say they have too much of X, which is hockey? X is
Oh yeah,
hockey
like obviously they
for
have to
me
have.
to move.
Obviously, there's like a certain threshold a level of hockey.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
cool.
don't
That's not
know.
what I asked. Is it quantified? That's all I'm asking.
What do you mean, like numerically in terms of how
Yes, that's what. Yes, that's what. Yeah, that's what that means.
Again, not that I'm aware of.
Okay, but does he not say it's too much?
Okay, but that's not quantifying it numerically, bro. That's
But
just
no, that
quantifying.
means it is quantified. You just don't know the quantification. I'm just asking, is it quantified? That's all I'm saying. I
Yes.
never said, do you know? I never said that.
Sure, it is.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. If that's true, then there's a consistency that there's a numerical limit. It can be in unit distance. What we've seen for distance and scale of the room that drains his energy more. It can be for the amount of actions he's doing and the abilities. That's a scale or a numerical limit. And for hockey, there's some numerical limit, right? So I'm showing consistently it's shown his ability scale upward. The more and work he's doing with the ability, the larger stamina drain it takes, and the more he has to get that energy up and charge that ability. So, like for real quick, for example, Gamma Knife and other abilities take longer to use than his like short range, like teleporting and other things, right? Please don't say Gamma Knife has the same. Please, okay, thank you. So they take more time, right? And they're much stronger and take more energy. So I'm showing a consistency that it does take more energy to use more work in his ability. That's all I'm showing. Okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna really say much more. I was gonna already put into question whether or not teleporting more users with more levels of hockey.
You've already, bro. No judgment.
Okay.
Sure,
All
we
right,
can.
yeah,
Yeah, we can. I already said.
yeah.
You don't. I don't worry about yourself.
Okay, so y'all don't need to conclude.
No.
I
don't.
Okay. Yeah, I think Geass got this first point.
What do you mean? Like in terms of what?
Like he just proved like a consistency, like with the hockey amount, like and the needing to teleport in that in that space. The Kaido and Big Mom scan kind of just like prove that case where it's like they have too much hockey for him to be able to even move one of them.
His point was that because there's more people, and that those people also have like a high level of hockey, that it's gonna take that. He's basically saying that your hockey level and the amount of people that he's teleporting goes into stamina, right? And I was saying, well, the Big Mom and Kaido thing proves that there's a threshold where the ability doesn't work, but it doesn't prove that like the more hockey you have, the more strenuous it's going to be to use the ability. It's just
He's saying
No,
there's a possibility
so
the
what
ability doesn't scale, bro. That's all he's saying.
basically.
Yeah, so what Geass's point is though is like, let's say he was able to move Big Mom or Kaido, that one teleport would have drained a lot of his stamina, and I think that is consistently like shown via the scans that he sent, like the Luffy scan. He literally says, "Oh, I had to conserve this strength to even get my stamina back up to even be able to move you down here."
Yeah, okay,
right?
okay, I agree, right? That the scale.
Wait, no, bro. He's just gonna argue. Bro, he's gonna argue the whole time.
Well, I just want to judge because maybe I didn't like word it correctly during there. Judge, right? So I'm saying that we agree that the scale, like dimensionally, at least physically, size of his room is going to correlate to the stamina usage, right? What I'm saying is that I can grant that being more of a use of his devil fruit, like he uses like stronger techniques and shit. So I'm saying, why is teleporting more people and the more hockey they have correlative to him having to put more effort in that sense too? We can grant the distance and size of the room being something which would obviously lead to more stamina, as that's the consistency he's making. But if you cannot prove that him teleporting more people when he's using his room, and then also like judging based on their hockey levels, would that be in a way using his devil fruit more than just teleporting himself?
So again, I think the scans kind of prove that, and Geass's like argument as well. Like the fact, and it's like what you said, like the room, making the room is a hockey use, like not hockey, but devil fruit use, right? The act of teleporting somebody in the room is still part of devil fruit usage as well. So
yeah, but I'm saying like, so he
Bro,
teleports.
he's still not getting my argument. My argument's just saying everything I've demonstrated about the room scales upward, right? So this thing that may or may not scale upward, right, which we're trying to find evidence for, has a consistency. One, not only in Law's devil fruit, that the more abilities he uses, um, the size of the room, so per unit distance for his ability, all scale, right? Just saying this one thing doesn't scale, may not scale, is unfounded. I have evidence, even in Law's ability, his abilities do scale in the room, right? And even the room itself scales to the amount of energy he's using. So I'm showing consistency in that they're scaling here. You're just saying, well, maybe not, right? That's not an argument.
Yeah, Geass is basically saying like everything that Law is doing within the room is taking stamina from him, teleporting, the size of the room, like everything. You're trying to say the room, how big it is, but it could take devil fruit usage and stamina,
I'm
but
arguing
teleporting
teleporting more
them.
people and their hockey. I already agreed
Yeah,
that the
but
size.
wait, listen, I'm showing a consistency. You're not showing shit. That's the
You're
issue.
not
So
showing.
my
Wait, you're
argument
not.
is
This, but the problem is that saying that if you're trying to say that because the bigger he makes, the more. Wait, if you're trying to say the bigger he makes his room and that drains his
scales.
stamina,
Yes.
wait. Let me finish. That the consistency there is that him using his devil fruit quantitatively in any more ways, such as teleporting more people, would also drain more stamina. That's unfounded,
Yeah.
especially with just
Wait.
one example.
No. Just saying it's unfounded doesn't mean it's.
No. He said
No,
already,
okay.
actually.
Well, I actually said this
No,
too.
I'll show you,
Wait,
Lucas.
wait, wait.
Lucas.
I'll show
He
you the
said
major. I'll
yes.
go through the major ways that his ability scales is the room size, which is a unit distance. Um, the number of times he uses his ability, right? And then different abilities have different scales for how much energy they use, right? So that's three
And
different.
teleporting goes into the number of times he
Okay,
uses
but
his
again,
ability.
there's
Exactly. Yes.
that's the problem. First off, right? Like you haven't
Wait, no.
even
He's
proved.
just trying to
Wait,
debate after judgment. He's just getting.
wait. Okay,
Lucas.
I'm not trying to be
I'm
here all day either, but I'm saying because you guys also don't understand my point. I'm saying you're trying to say,
I
okay,
did.
these are examples. Wait. These are examples of using his fruit in a larger way. That's obviously going to lead to more stamina. But if you can't prove that teleporting more people and what's it using
That
their
is the
hockey.
proof. That is the proof. My
yeah.
argument was that per unit
No,
work.
no, 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 no,
Right?
no, no, no.
But
Listen,
let me
listen. Your
finish.
consistency.
No. Let me finish. That was the proof. I'm saying per unit work, right? The more he's doing with the ability, right? The longer the distance, the number of times he uses it, the different abilities he uses are all scaling, and the consistency between them is that he's doing more work. Okay, so I am demonstrating more work does equal
As
more consistently
and I'm
more
asking,
stamina drain.
I
Then
get that, but I'm asking, why
that's
is
the argument.
teleporting
That
more?
means I won the
Why is
argument.
teleporting? Wait. I was basically asking you, why is teleporting more people and whatever
Why
hockey
is
levels
that
they can?
more work?
Yes.
I already explained. I'll try and
Yeah.
explain it one more time. So there's a threshold of hockey that Big Mom and Kaido stack up to, right? Whatever their number is, it could be like 10,000. I don't know what it is. So if there's some amount they stack up to, right, that means that teleporting more people, right, is a numerical increase per unit scale, right? Because
No,
there's
no,
some amount of
I
hockey per
did
user,
not,
right? There's some.
did
Wait,
not
let me finish.
correlate
Let me
this
finish.
with yes. I
There's
literally
some.
asked you
No,
to
no.
correlate this with yes, and you
Let
couldn't
me
do it.
finish. There's some amount of hockey per user, okay? So if there's more hockey per user, right, and we know that work increase in work consistently means more stamina drain, that means more people equals more work. It's also just true in real life. If you move more people, it takes more work. Holy shit.
As I said, right? You try like I told you that the correlation of there being a hockey cutoff, that the amount of hockey you have just like
Oh
makes the
my god.
ability not work on them, right? Doesn't correlate that as you have stronger hockey reaching up to that threshold makes it harder and
That's
harder
what's
to
in
use it.
question. That's what we're trying to
That
give.
But
The
yeah,
that
argument.
exactly. But
Dude,
no,
what?
no,
Just
no,
that I
saying
wait,
no. The
wait,
argument doesn't make the
wait.
argument untrue.
No,
What?
but you have not proven that. You're not even given a
That's
consistency.
what's
That
in question. That's what's in question, dude.
bro, no, because you have not.
What?
You're trying to say no. Your argument is trying to say that with consistency, that putting in more work equals more stamina. But I'm asking
Yeah.
you, how does this mean? How does like teleporting based on their hockey mean more work? And then you're saying, okay, well, Big Mom and Kaido show that there's a hockey threshold, so you're basically
No.
arguing.
My argument is
Oh,
per unit. There's more
yeah,
work being done consistently by Law's ability. So if this is a higher unit, which it is, more people is like 10 is more than one. Like, oh shit. That means that
okay,
consistent. If it follows the consistency, there would be more work being done. So I'm just showing that it follows this general trend for his ability.
But that's what's in question is whether or not those.
Yeah, that was the thing in question. And
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me finish. What's in question is whether or not more people would actually be more of a unit for work for law.
No,
You can agree
as
that-
long as there's some numerical value which I've already proven associated with hockey, because there, I mean, we already went through it. There is, so if that's true, that means that is a higher unit. Like, is that something?
Okay, but
Yeah.
you're not proven.
We already
okay,
went
why
through
would
this.
you-
Like, you're
This
not.
doesn't. Wait. Just because there's more hockey or more people, if you've not proven that this is a factor that influences.
I did. I did.
How
Wait,
did you
hold on.
prove-
I've given a
wait.
consistency that higher
Let me
unit.
finish. Let me finish.
I've already given this argument.
Wait a minute. Let me finish. Just proving, right, that the more.
Okay, let's move on.
Wait a minute. Just proving that the more unit that something law has to do causes more stamina, right? Does not matter if you cannot prove that more of a unit in terms of hockey or people teleporting
That's what
actually.
the preponderance of
brings
evidence
stam-
was for.
All wait a minute. All that the preponderance of evidence and the consistency would grant is that
It's higher unit.
wait
More
a minute. Let me finish. All that would grant is that if moving more people or moving higher levels of hockey took more work in the first place, that would be more likely. But if you can't even prove whether or not it would take work in the first place, then that doesn't matter because then we can't really. It wouldn't matter whether or not.
Is 10 greater than 1?
Yeah.
That's a unit. Okay, GG. Let's move on.
Yeah, sure. That's.
Lucas,
You know what,
I gave Geass the point, right?
Okay, yeah,
like
that's
I
fine,
think he got it off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's fine. You know what? We can move on. Okay. Second off, right?
Okay, so no
I
speed scaling. Okay, let me
think,
go ahead.
yeah, assuming that this would take more stamina than the norm. Why would taking more stamina than the norm correlate to the room taking longer to use? Like, why would it affect his speed in using this?
No, we already went through this. You already.
I didn't give a point on the speed of the thing being used. Yeah, I gave a point on the stamina.
He already granted creating a larger room takes more time.
Okay, I said that taking a larger room took more time.
So it's not a one-to-one.
No.
Let me finish the argument. What is he doing? Let me finish the argument. So it's not a one-to-one speed feat to say Zoro lifting his arms is equivalent in action to Law creating a room of arbitrarily large size to encapsulate everyone who's trying to teleport.
Geass, please give me a minute. When we said that I granted the whole a larger room would take more time, I then brought up the fact that he made like an island-sized room in almost instantly, and that relatively the size of the room doesn't really affect to any significant degree. And then that's when you went on and saying that okay, well these other factors like teleporting more people and them having shit tons of hockey.
That was encapsulated by my argument that teleporting more people with more hockey would take longer for the unit energy drain. So
okay, that's why I'm asking, right? Why is the fact that this would take more drainage, why would that affect his speed in doing the action?
Yeah, so you remember the argument I brought up about Gamma Knife taking more time to use than his other abilities because it literally is like a higher energy drain. We already went through that. Gamma Knife takes more energy than
Yeah, I agree. Gamma Knife takes more energy. I don't necessarily.
Yeah. The stronger abilities like Shock Willy and all that shit take longer to use, and they also take way more energy.
Wait, prove that.
Wait, bro, don't troll. So it just demonstrated stronger, more energetic abilities, and the more energy he's using, the longer it takes to use that ability. So I'm just arguing if I won that last point, that means it would take him longer to use that ability.
Okay, prove the consistency in the more stamina.
I just did.
How did you prove that? I did not grant.
Gamma Knife, you granted Shock Willy, bro, come on.
No, the problem is, bro, we did not grant on the whole consistency that we did not grant on the correlation of effort that it takes to do something equaling time.
I know that was the argument I just gave. I just gave the argument.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. So you're going to argue that these longer taking.
That's a preponderance. What do you mean?
Okay, well then prove that literally any other attack that law does actually takes longer to perform.
I just did. Can we move on?
You just said it. You just claimed that. We can move on.
Wait, no. You already granted the Gamma Knife. The only thing that might be in question is whether Shock Willy takes longer than teleportation. Does Shock Willy not take longer than teleportation?
Shock Willy take more time than I don't know.
Oh, we're done. We're done.
As I said.
Do you know how it took him? Do you know how long it took him to use Shock Willy?
How long did it take?
Much longer than his other abilities. He's trolling. Wait, can we just like bypass this? Like Baki, you know, Shock Willy takes longer than like lethal inject and teleportation.
I think. Wait, isn't Shock Willy the one where it like extends his sword to like a fucking million degrees?
Yes, that shit took forever to use, and he can only use it like 2 times.
I mean, it can be dependent on, for example, Gamma Knife is something that he generates in his hand, and he just like stabs into you.
Wait, yo, Baka, are you there?
Yeah, let me just clear up one thing because you might be. I can't give any arguments. You know, I'm the judge. But if bro can't give the evidence, I mean, hey, shit, like. Hey.
Here, I'll grab the Shock Willy thing, but this is silly.
Did you, Lucas? Did you read One Piece?
I've read.
You're caught up.
I'm not fully caught up. Like I've read sporadically. Like I've like read every single chapter of the Fishman Island, and then besides that, when it comes to arcs like Wano, Egghead, Elbaf, and shit like that, I just kind of sporadically read through them in the past. But I've never like fully read through them.
Okay.
I also just watch a lot of One Piece and hear a lot of One Piece, so I have knowledge.
This nigga has no knowledge.
Okay.
So Zane, what happens to chapter? What happens in chapter 612 of One Piece?
Some Dressrosa shit.
No, it's Fisherman Island.
Nice Dressrosa, man. Glad you know read One Piece.
Shit, bro. Maybe I'm the knowledge cliff.
Yeah, that's when like Whitebeard like fucking fought Doflamingo.
Shit.
Retard.
Yeah, that probably happened.
All right, here we go.
Like, do I give the information correctly, or do I let him give the argument and then tell him he lost because he didn't provide the argument? You know what? Yeah, that's fine.
It's up to you. All right, here I'm giving a Shock Willy stuff. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, discussion.
Okay.
Lucas, if you see here, he has a charge time for Shock Willy, and this is just to use the first part of the ability. I'll show you the second part. So here's the actual Shock Willy. So it took him a load up time. He had to stab Big Mom, then he had to shock her, which is way longer than teleportation. That shit takes all of one panel.
Okay, so more actions, obviously would equal more,
Bro,
or at least would make more.
It took him 3 pages to get the attack in, and he's like right next to
Yeah. But the problem is that you can't then say there's a consistency that. Wait a minute, let me finish this. You can't say there's a consistency that the more energy draining an attack is, that the longer it's going to take.
Not literally, I can, right?
Wait, let me finish, Margo. If the reason here is just because it took longer, right? Like there are more actions between that, right? It doesn't inherently mean that
it has a charge time. It has a charge time.
What do you mean?
If you look at the beginning, he says K room, which he has to create his local room, that's fine. That's just true. And then he has to coat it with the anesthesia. Then he can start to shoot it, like start to extend it. That's a charge time.
Like if you mean charge time, again, relating to the actions that are required before the attack can like actually be landed, then as I said, right, this does take more action. Okay, sure. If you want to generalize that all under charge time, that's fine. But you can't then correlate, because you're trying to correlate this, because this also happens to be a more strenuous technique. Then that also means that's why the charge time is longer. At least that feels consistency.
Well, no, I'm not saying no. That's wrong. It's just not my argument. I'm saying I'm not saying there's a causation there. I'm saying there's a high correlation, and I've shown consistently, between the amount of time the attack takes and the amount of energy drain it takes. I'm just showing this high correlation, which is a preponderance of evidence.
But if
never
the context, wait a
I
minute,
never
the context, wait a minute, I get that, right? But if the contextualization here is the fact that the reason why he is taking more time is because of just using more actions, and it does not actually.
Wait, no, that puts in question. I never said it was only because of more actions. The thing I'm actually corresponding to is um the amount of energy that's being used. I never said it might not also
But
take
the
more energy.
problem,
I'm simply
yeah.
saying it does take more energy. And so there's a consistency. More energy does show.
Wait, if you're trying to say, so are you trying to argue
Like,
then?
be quiet, bitch. Be quiet, bitch. So the thing I'm saying is more consistently. What I'm saying is true and shown in preponderance. I never
Wait, are you
said
trying
there
to
could not
say,
also be more.
yeah, are you trying to say that more actions is not going to lead to the thing taking more time?
That's irrelevant to my point, though. It's just not my point. I never
Well,
said there
dude,
couldn't be other factors. I'm simply saying I'm showing a
okay.
correspondence. That's all I'm showing.
The problem is, right? If if we know obviously that taking wait a minute, if we're taking more actions is going to make an attack take longer there, right? Then that just shows a correlation in the more time that it takes an attack with, I mean, the more like actions that he has to perform. In this case, having to coat his sword and all that shit, and then extend and all that shit, right? Obviously, with more actions, it's going to take longer, but it's not prove a correlation in the drainage of an attack, the amount of stamina that it takes up, and the amount of time. It's just contextually here that there's more actions, which, I mean, obviously, that could be the only reason. You're trying to say it's also the fact that it's more stamina driven. It could be the only reason that this is taking longer, and the only verifiable reason that I can grant here that you obviously are trying to provide a consistency for. The only verifiable reason we have here is because there
Bro,
are more
you gotta
actions.
go on like timed rambles. Like you can't just go
Yeah,
for it.
I'm just trying to explain it a little clearly for you, right? Because
Yeah,
it's
but you're
just
taking like 12 years, so yeah.
okay. But basically, right? If it's taking more actions, then we can contextually know why this could take longer. Now, it could be that also the stamina drain is going to do that, right? But you've not proven that.
Yeah,
You've
that's
not
all. I
provided.
never said. Yeah, you idiot. I never said it was an isolated variable. Where the only, if that were true, I would just be saying it's causatively true, right? All I'm saying is you just granted the correlation is high, or at least higher than any other theory we proved, right? If I could show it was a 1-to-1, I would just say it's causatively true. All I'm showing is correlatively, this thing has the highest preponderance of the arguments given.
No, because
Let's move on. No, you're just
I can
yeah.
only wait. I can only no. I don't want to move on. I can only grant that taking more actions is going to make the thing take longer. But does not mean
I
that
never said that wasn't, bro. Okay, wait, no. He's just wait. Can we get judgment? He just repeats himself.
I'm not repeating myself, bro. I'm
You
saying
are
that with
just saying I'm not repeating myself doesn't
Can y'all
mean you
conclude on this point? If y'all
Yeah,
go into judgment?
yeah.
I'm
Real quick.
saying
So my
okay.
argument was just that I'm showing consistently with the knife inject, lethal inject, the gamma knife, and Shock Willie that there is a higher energy usage because he can use these abilities in limited quantity, which also corresponds in every instance I've shown to more time being taken, right? I agree with him, right? It could be that they also do take more actions to use the ability, which is true, but that doesn't mean that it's not also more energy, and that is more highly corresponded to than any other theory presented in the argument. So I've shown more correspondence than his counterclaim, which is that it may also not be energy that takes more time, right? That doesn't mean my argument failed. It just means I'm showing a higher correspondence than him. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. For my conclusion, right, as he said, he's trying to give preponderance that a more special, like different attacks, more strenuous attacks are going to take longer. But the problem is that this example that he's trying to use, right, at least the one that he's sending proof for, Shock Willie, right? The thing is that we granted that more actions is going to take more time, and we know clearly here that this is taking a lot more action, so he has to go his sword and shit. So I'm saying that all this could contextually be this could just be the fact that with at least this one example that it's only faster because it's only slower because it's taking more actions. I wouldn't actually if it doesn't mean that if it's just slower because it's taking more actions, there'd be no consistency that with there being a higher advanced technique that it would take more time pretty much. Like, I'm
Okay.
basically,
Are you done?
yeah, to actually add on one point. Um,
No,
even
that
with
was
the other,
conclusion. That was conclusion.
no,
Yeah, no, I'm like adding on one more thing to my
If
conclusion.
he's not adding anything new and saying something he already said he's on, just like
Yeah. So, like, simply put, right? If it could just be a correlation in the amount of actions it's going to take, then it's going to be slower, right? Based on the fact that all I'm granting here is that it took more actions, that would make something slower. Then those other moves could just be slower or faster, purely based on action time. And of course, he hasn't given evidence for those having a reason to believe otherwise.
Okay. With the evidence shown, I think Geass got the point on it taking more time. If somebody disagrees in chat on Judgment, they can.
And I'm not going to even argue on that, but then we can move on with that, right? Because I don't think this point really matters, because room. Okay, obviously stuff like Shock Willy and Gamma Knife can take longer, but room. Why would making a bigger room correlate to using a different technique, right? If using a different technique can take more stamina, this take longer. That doesn't grant the fact that just because you're making a bigger room than the norm, it's also
Bro,
going
is
to
he
take like
done?
it's going to take a mostly
This
longer.
is a new point, or what?
Yeah,
What is
this
it?
is no, this is like a new contention with his idea.
Wait,
He's
no,
just
no,
trying
there's no new contention. Those conclusion. We're moving on.
not with that, but like, obviously, like the point that you just got, bringing a new contention to your argument.
Bro,
That
and
was
it's
about-
shown. I mean, this is like consistent One Piece. Higher energy attacks do take longer. Like, holy shit. You think fucking like what's the big shit Luffy did to beat Kaido?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
problem
that
though
shit took
is
forever. The shit he did against Doki took forever. Gear 2 took forever.
the problem is, what was I gonna say? That this isn't like he's just using a bigger version of an already pre-existing attack. He's not using like a new attack entirely. So
Wait, that
your
isn't.
argument,
Wait, no, that isn't. It is a new attack. A bigger version with like higher AP is literally just a new attack. I agree. It can be based off of previous attacks, but it's still new.
no, it's the same ability. He's just using
Yeah,
it
just
to
bigger, stronger, and harder. Yeah, that's a new attack.
how that make it a new attack. It's
Because
still
there are
root.
things that are different and upgraded about it.
No.
That's what new means.
Do
Holy
y'all
shit.
want to like get to like actually scaling the
Yeah, can we
characters?
move
Because
on? He
like
just
this is
yep,
like
yep.
this has been.
Okay, so based
Bro,
off
you're
this,
making Unc mad. Be
I broke
careful.
his. Okay,
Is
wait,
that
chill.
that?
Yeah,
Wait, no, we're not. Listen again. Like as I said, just making a bigger version of the same attack doesn't make it a new
Wait,
attack.
I don't care to like meta you up with you. You're retarded. But anyway.
I mean, if you don't want to like defend this point, that's fine. That's fine. Go on.
Wait. I've already slammed the point. Just stop talking.
Okay, sure. I just made my contention there, and you haven't responded to it. Fine, go on.
It's cool. That doesn't change anything,
Well,
right?
I think the things about the bigger room were already like in those.
We already mentioned that
points.
it would be significant, but you know what? We can move on from here.
I've already
Okay,
demonstrated.
so do y'all want to actually get into like the
this
So
just
I
broke.
can actually,
of y'all characters?
I'm
and
gonna
stuff?
start
wait a
muting
minute,
like
Geass.
shut up. So you talk too much. But the major thing though is I broke his scaling chain based off of that point not following. So that means that Law would actually take more time to do this. So this isn't a comparable feat to say Zoro blocked in time while Law had to gather energy to teleport these number of people. So that breaks your scaling chain.
Well, as I said, I already basically told him why was it.
I mean, you lost the points. Literally, you couldn't keep the scaling chain like that.
No, we couldn't because I can. You know what? Fine. Even we can presuppose, right? Like I obviously
What?
disagree.
If you lose the points, you don't have evidence for
No,
the
because
chain.
I can bring another scaling chain for Law being
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Wait, so what's your main point that you're trying to argue? I didn't
Well, right
know
now we're
if
just
for
arguing.
like
We're just trying to argue Zoro. I'm arguing at least Zoro relative or above Law in terms of speed.
Wait, so okay, what characters are you guys using?
I'm using Sanji. He's using Law.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Judge, follow. Unc.
I didn't. I joined the
Is that
debate
that?
late. Yeah,
Yes,
like that.
yes.
I literally joined the debate late. That like.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
favorite
you
shitty
heard
debater
that,
came out of retirement.
you fucking idiot.
I will literally kick you from here, bro.
All right,
I don't
all right,
care.
all right.
Oh my god.
All
All
right,
right,
he's getting
let's
kicked,
go in the
bro.
vent. I'm gonna talk to Geass. I
Wait,
got
chill,
Geass.
chill, chill. I got you.
As he's here on the rooftop, right? Zoro
Uh,
had what's it? Zoro had the capability of clashing with Kaido and then ended up landing a hit on him. Whereas Kaido completely blitzed Law. Like the guy wasn't even able to move whatsoever.
Wait, this is no. Wait, hold up. This is a wounded. Wait. Two different things. Kaido was waiting for Zoro to attack him. Literally, I think before this, and you're being disingenuous. He literally said, "Show me what you got," or some shit like that. What chapter is this from?
10-10.
Yeah, no. This is literally where he says, "Come attack." Basically says, "Come attack me."
I can't hear the One Piece debate.
You can show that, but I don't hear that.
Yeah, true. Wait, this is retarded because Law hits him right before this.
Again, you can debunk the idea that
He's trolling.
show that.
It's 2:01. Damn.
Look, Law hits him.
Okay, I don't see how this doesn't correlate to the fact that Law is still massively slower than Kaido.
He just tags him, bro. What?
Okay, he can be fast enough in this instance to tag him, right? Does that mean that he's so slow that he's gonna get massively outsped and unable to
Wait,
block
no.
it?
I can respond to that in a second.
Let's go, baby. Come on. Can't you?
Wait, what? Bro, he tags both of them. You fucking idiot. He's trolling.
What do we need tags both of them?
If I was in with you, you're gonna get time, gay bitch. Do you want to give me time?
Where are they even typing Geass? I don't see none of that.
Yeah, he tags Zoro because he's so.
Oh, sorry. Look in general. Sorry, look in general. My bad.
Yeah, obviously, I know he also hit Zoro with that.
I'm just sending scans in general from now on. I know.
But yeah,
what's up, bro?
The thing about tagging Zoro is the fact that Zoro wasn't even looking at the attack because he was so wounded that he basically spent all of his energy. He even said this is the limit, like this is the last attack that I can even throw before he uses the Ashura. So Zoro was not even looking, not even trying to block. He was spent in terms of energy. Law was actively ready, and Kaido.
Yeah, how do you know Law didn't use most of his energy with his last attack?
What do you mean his last attack? You mean the shit that you sent earlier?
Yeah, the inject shot. He tags Kaido.
Well, Law can also be spent energy wise, but he's clearly in better shape.
Then this doesn't scale. Then this doesn't scale to them.
No, because when Law is in a less fatigued state than Zoro, he's still he's still getting completely outsped here by the attack.
Only you have too long. I'm gonna start like cutting it. You gotta be concise, bro. You don't have unlimited time.
No, I'm trying to be concise, right? But
yeah, that's good. Try harder, be better. So
same to you.
Yeah, the only way you can show that the only way you could show he outscales him is if they both dodge the attack while Zoro had less energy, right? If they both get tagged, all this shows is they're both able to be tagged while on relatively low energy. So all you showed was that these fatigue, like dying characters get tagged.
The problem is that Zoro shows his better speed feat while he's in a more wounded state, while he's basically spent the last.
He didn't show anything. They both tagged Kaido. What did he show?
Okay, as I said, Law can tag Kaido, and he can still be way as we show with the later thing. He can still be way slower than him.
I never said, bro. What? I never said he couldn't be slower. I'm saying the reason for you're not tracking. I'm saying the reason for his slowness, just as Zoro could very well be that he just attacked him. Right? He used a rather large energy attack. That was my whole argument.
So you're arguing that Law could have just when he used that injection shot, he could have just been so drained from that attack that it caused him to have a huge speed fall off.
Yeah, he used multiple abilities. He teleported and used his lethal injection. Or his injection.
Okay, well, I'll disagree because Law is consistently shown to not have much of a problem, or like showing stamina-wise of like fatigue or anything like that. And whereas Zoro's, when he uses his rune powers, and whereas Zoro's was specifically emphasized in that chapter, he literally said, "I'm basically done after this." Law's was not, and he's also verifiably again shown to not have any issue. Like he's going right to charge Kaido, not even huffing or puffing. So that would just make it less likely that this attack, even like really drained much of him at all, or any like relevant degree.
Okay. I mean, it's just conjecture. It's not really saying anything.
I mean, sure,
But
I
yeah, he uses multiple abilities. He teleports, uses lethal or injection shot, and uses antibacterial shield. And then gets thrown away by Kaido. So he very well could just be tired from this. So just
as I
saying,
said,
well, maybe not doesn't really show.
but no, I'm not just saying. I'm providing a likelihood increase. There's the fact that with multiple abilities that he uses consistently throughout the rooftop, not only does he not show major fatigue, including after using these abilities, is he still showing to get stand up ready to fight Kaido without any huffing or puffing, which would just make it less likely that he's actually very fatigued from this and it's going to cause a speed fall off. But it's also narratively less consistent because Zoro's was emphasized as making him very like
No,
fatigued.
that's not. You're not understanding. I'm not saying Zoro couldn't be more tired. What I'm saying is, Law here could also just be very well tired.
I'm,
And this,
I know
yeah,
that. I know that.
but
You just, I know that.
yeah, let me finish. This might not scale to his full abilities, right? So just saying, well, he could not be tired doesn't debunk that. That just says we know one character is tired, Zoro, and the other character could also be tired. But because they both get hit, this somehow scales to both.
Well,
No,
I
they
just
could both
gave.
just be. No, let me finish. They could both just be very
I
well
get your
fatigued.
argument, man. I get your argument, but I
Yeah,
just
no.
made. I
Just
just
saying he's not
Wait,
huffing and
let me.
puffing.
That's not my argument. That's not my argument. I'm not just saying. I'm just not just letting out. I'm giving a likelihood as to why that was the case.
Yeah,
That
how are these
especially
likelihood increasers? How do these increase the
as I
likelihood?
said, right? Because it would go against the consistency shown. Like, what was your likelihood for Law's stamina drain? It's not consistently shown that even when using multiple room powers, it affects his stamina to any degree that would affect his speed whatsoever, let alone to a harsh degree that he goes from being able. At least
Well,
I'm assuming.
it literally does show a fall off because he does just directly tag Kaido and he gets tagged
Yeah,
back.
as I said, he can be still way slower than Kaido, but still be fast enough.
Bro, I'm giving a counter fact that he was just able to
But
tag this
I'm
character,
basically
use this
saying that this isn't
capability.
actual evidence. This is if you
We're
cannot
just
prove,
muted. We're
if you
muted.
cannot prove.
Yeah, too much. Enjoy this music, faggot. So if you just mute, excuse me, if he goes from tagging a character to getting immediately tagged, that's a direct correspondence to him using these abilities, dropping off his speed. Bro. It's very simple.
Okay, well,
You
you're
want to
not
move?
proven. No, okay, I'll just say you'll not proven that just because he was fast enough to tag Kaido, that he would be fast enough to block the later on attacks and end up being
He
proven that
doesn't.
he's
He does.
slower.
I'm not saying he has to. He can teleport. The dude can teleport.
Well, yeah, as I said,
He
right? If he
literally
does,
just teleports and tags him, and then somehow is unable to teleport and get away. That's a direct
yeah,
correspondence.
like
And the only
he
thing
could have.
between yeah, mute. And the only thing between those two is that he uses this number of abilities
Okay, the reason that he was able to tag Kaido with the attack, he
with
wasn't able to.
teleportation.
Yeah, he wasn't able to teleport his way out of the other attacks. Could just be because, what's it? He had more time to prepare to like other factors, such as the fact that he could have had more time to prepare when Kaido was going to go hit Zoro and then use the injection shot attack, than when Kaido was like up in his face and ready to attack him. It doesn't necessarily have to be because of what's it?
He
Because
gets in.
stamina. Wait a minute. Let me finish my point. It doesn't necessarily have to be because of a stamina fall off, and you're not given a likelihood
Wait,
for that.
stop just repeating. Okay, you're gonna get muted after you say something repeated. Um, yeah, no, he attacks him mid attack, so he is using that same speed.
This doesn't go against him having more time to prepare than he did in the
He's
other
not.
attack.
Wait, no, it's not prep time here. It's from the time that he's able to use the ability while Kaido's already in flight, right? So that means he can intercept him mid attack. I would agree if Kaido goes from standing still to moving, then that gives him prep time. He's able to intercept him mid attack. That's the issue.
Wait a minute. Kaido, after Zoro's teleported, right? Kaido is not attacking anything. Now when Law comes in, he's just off guard.
Okay, wait, this is
They can cancel my message 'cause-
yeah, can we move on? So he's just yapping.
Wait a minute. Let me give my counter.
I'm not trying to sit here and listen. Like,
I'm giving a fresh new counter. The counter to your whole thing that this is just like in Kaido in mid motion, right? After Zoro's been teleported, now Kaido doesn't actually have something to attack, right? Law coming in here and hitting Kaido is just taking advantage of Kaido being off guard and not having something to actually dodge, which would be why he's actually able to show the speed enough to tag him. Because again, he's just completely off
it
guard.
doesn't, bro. My argument isn't that because Kaido can't dodge, he doesn't scale in speed. I'm saying because he intercepts him mid attack, that means that he's able to intercept and keep up with the speed Kaido's using.
He wasn't attacking.
Huh?
He's not attacking.
Yes, he is. He's literally. I sent the scan. He's charging charging Zoro.
Yeah, okay, after he's charging Zoro though, now he's unable to attack something, so he's not attacking.
Are you retarded?
So if you're are you trying to argue wait, because I need clarification. Are you trying to argue, right, that him teleporting Zoro as Kaido was going after him, right? That's the speed feed in question, that he was able to teleport him in time.
No, it's not. Wait, that's not all he's doing. He doesn't just do that. He teleports him and tags him.
Okay, so
you want like both scans again? I can just drop.
No,
it.
I see this.
He's able to perform both things at the same time, dude.
Okay, but I'm saying that the contextualization behind why he's able to do this doesn't have to do.
Okay, wait. Let me give you context. You seem very confused.
I know the
teleport. Yeah, be quiet. You're getting be quiet. Be quiet, dog. So he's able to teleport Zoro. He's able to teleport himself, and he's able to tag Kaido. So that's 3 things he's doing at the same time. The only thing I'm scaling is that he teleports himself.
Almond milk. There's never been a finer compliment. How I pray.
Okay. Anyway, he's able to perform these 3 actions in this time frame while he's charging and attacking Zoro. That's my actual argument. Can we move on?
Okay. The problem is though that the contextualization here doesn't have to be because of speed fall off. The reason why he could have been fast enough to teleport Zoro.
Possibility spamming, nice.
Wait a minute, because you have not given a leg.
We move on. He's terrible.
Wait, can I finish my point? I'm finishing my point. The reason why he could have because you're trying to argue that this necessarily has to prove a speed fall off, because otherwise you would not have been able to replicate this, right?
Okay, that's cool. You can just keep saying you think your argument won.
Wait a minute, because I haven't even given my argument. I haven't even fucking given my argument. I'm saying
muted. If you repeat yourself again, you're just getting muted.
Okay, I won't repeat myself. The other possible interpretation to why the first action was able to be done, Zoro teleporting, is because of prep time. Kaido did not immediately.
I'm not scaling that. Stop. Okay, wait, he's muted.
Okay, so then.
Okay, judgment. I want judgment.
Can I get conclusions on the point? I'm sorry, I was kind of distracted.
I'll give my conclusion. If not, unless Geass wants to go first, but I'll give mine. My conclusion, right, is that we have this. We have this scalable feat that Law got completely outsped by Kaido, yet Zoro was able to go toe to toe with him, which would show.
Dad. Hey.
Now Geass tried to say that could have just been because of Law having less stamina. That was stamina drained, right? That he would have been less stamina. He would have been more stamina drained than Zoro. That's why he would have a worse speed feed. So you can't like scale that stamina. Not only did I actually tell him during that point in time that Zoro would still have more damage on him once he performed the Ashra feat, but then I also said that it would be unlikely that Law would be heavily stamina drained by using the injection shot attack, because it's just not consistent with how he uses his abilities perfectly fine throughout the show. And then he tried to say that it had to necessarily be the case because he was not capable. He was not capable of performing
What's wrong with him?
Bro, he's saying that has to necessarily be the case to go against my likelihood because he would not be capable of performing this speed feat otherwise. right? And I said, well, these speed feeds can just be contextualized to him having prep time, or then after Kaido Zoro gets teleported, Kaido just isn't actually moving to attack anyone, and then Law just off guards him by teleporting and then, out of nowhere and then slicing him. So these speed feats in question could just be contextualized as a possibility, right? To counter the fact that he's basically arguing that it has to be the case based on the speed feats, and I already gave a likelihood for why using these attacks wouldn't like drain so much stamina. But that's it.
Okay, so he just talked to himself. Nice.
Okay. Yeah. What's your conclusion?
Yeah. So my character performs 3 actions, tags a character mid attack, and then somehow goes from not being able from tagging him to not being able to respond. This doesn't actually show a difference in speed. It could easily be explained by the fact that we know these attacks drain his stamina. And so the easiest explanation here is that he just got drained, as we know he does from using these room abilities. Just saying he could not be drained is possible, but he goes from tagging him to not being able to respond to him. So again, there's an explanation, and I'm giving the likeliest explanation. And then 2, these attacks, even if they both get tagged by the same attack, just because Zoro's more fatigued doesn't show that Zoro's faster. It just shows that they both were unable to respond to an attack, and there can be explanations for both. So even if I didn't prove that my character was fatigued, none of this shows that there's this that either character is faster than the other because they both got tagged. His character would have to perform some unit action like dodging or blocking to show he's actually faster, but he doesn't do that. This dude doesn't know what scaling is.
Yeah, it kind of sounded like you were still talking about like the fruit taking up like stamina, Lucas, and like your point was more so like about that than like trying to counter his actual speed.
No,
That makes sense.
No, don't let him. Yeah, bro.
No,
Don't.
yeah, I can't. Like, you already made your like conclusion.
No, I know, I know. I'm just trying to like clarify what I said. I'm not bringing up something new, right? I'm just saying that because I'm not trying to like bring back the old point. Okay, I obviously agree that they will take stamina, but the consistency shown throughout the fight was that using so many techniques, even like as he said, 3 here, doesn't drain his stamina to a significant degree that's all of a sudden going to cause a huge drop off, right? So with that consistency, he tried to counter that consistency by saying that, well, he would just have to drop off because he couldn't perform these speed feats and then just be way slower. But that's how I countered the consistency by just making it equally possible that he could have just off guarded Kaido after he stopped moving because Zoro was teleported out of the way.
Yeah, I don't think that's still like responded. Like, this is about speed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's like like you're not like countering like him tagging Kaido.
I'm countering it by saying that it wouldn't necessarily prove a drop off in speed later on when he gets like completely blitzed by or at least outsped by the later attack, because the reason why he could have performed this speed feat would be due to the priors and the factors being different. In this case, he could have just off guarded Kaido after Kaido stopped moving since Zoro was teleported out of the way. So it wouldn't really be the same like speed feat where it's a guy Kaido trying to rush towards somebody, right? That caused him to be outsped later on. So the priors are different, right? The factors are different, and that wouldn't prove that it necessarily has to be a drop off in stamina. That's a drop off in speed that caused these varying feats.
Yeah, bro. Is
Did you counter that, Geass, or
what?
The why he got tagged by Kaido after tagging him or after hitting him?
Yeah, my explanation was he could have just lost stamina like Zoro did.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Can we move
So
on?
I'm kind of confused because it's like, are we talking about the speed,
doesn't
or
even
it's
show.
like a stamina? It's like
This feat doesn't even show speed. Like all he did was say both of the characters got tagged and one got tagged because wait,
Yes.
be quiet, dog. So one got tagged because Zoro got tagged because he was like energy drained, and then Law got tagged. You have to show that both the characters can actually respond to this attack. You can't just say one got tagged because they were tired, and then the other got tagged because we don't know.
Yeah, obviously, I'm not scaling Zoro based on like his reaction to the Thunder Bago attack, because obviously both of
Yeah,
them
you're
just
just
got.
saying he attacked him, right? But that's two
No,
different things.
I'm saying right that
Yeah, Zoro
he
attacked him. Yes, that's what you're saying.
he was able to keep up with Kaido and then tag him, whereas Law is just so slow that he can't even respond to Kaido's attack, where Zoro was by being able to not only clash with him and then tag him later on.
No, all he does is tag him. All he does is hit him with the Ashura shit. That's it.
Well, not only does that still prove my point, but he also clashes with him.
Wait, stop. You only just show he tagged him with the Ashura attack. It's fine. Okay.
No,
You never showed that he can. Wait, that's fine. If both our characters tag Kaido, especially while he's in the middle of an attack, that means my character can do at least what your character can do. Okay. Just showing that they both get tagged later doesn't mean that your character's any faster. Okay.
The problem is that Law shows that he wouldn't be able to do what Zoro did by clashing and then tagging Kaido.
But the clashing thing you're adding now, you didn't argue.
No, I literally mentioned that before.
I don't wait, Baga, did he mention that Zoro was clashing with Kaido, or did he just show the Ashura attack?
I showed the Ashura.
I think part of his point was the clashing.
Where did he show a clash?
Well, it's in the, if you want to see in the panel, right? I mentioned
it's in the Ashura panel,
yeah.
He clashes with Kaido?
Yeah, in the bottom right panel, there's like a clang, clang, clang. That's like that means their weapons are colliding.
But that doesn't. I mean, yeah, that's fine. I didn't hear that, but that's fine. It's still not relevant. That's just showing he can tag.
Yeah, they still both tag Kaido. So
yeah, my argument is just that my character.
Like you can say that Zoro's is more impressive because they were clashing and then he tagged Kaido. Like, sure, it's kind of more impressive, but it's like they both still had the speed to tag him.
But Judge, listen, what I meant to say, right, is that my whole argument is that Law wouldn't be. The only reason why Law tagged him in that instance is because the priors were different in the fact that he had off-guarded Kaido, right? And that he was not moving anymore because he wasn't able to, because Zoro was out of the way, his target. And then I'm saying that in a normal situation, in a normal context, he wouldn't be capable of replicating this feat of tagging Kaido based on his reaction to the
Wait, I didn't hear this argument too.
No, I literally said that, even in the conclusion.
The way you're putting the argument out.
That was part of his conclusion.
I mean, yeah, okay, maybe I'm wording it slightly differently, but the substance is just.
Yeah, I just heard that it could be contextualized. That's the.
No, okay. The problem is that I made an equal interpretation, right? To even as you said, possibility. I was saying of why he got.
He just yaps. This is terrible.
Like I don't want to. Like, listen,
okay, I think I proved the point. That my character can also tag Kaido.
You want to just move on assuming that you read it?
I did when I
okay. You can just so let's. I don't even know. So assuming
it was just a weird point because it kind of like
we can just move on though, right? Because obviously that's my reason for why Sanji would vastly upscale Law based on that scaling chain. You think you refuted it? I still don't. Why don't we just move on to Law?
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, Law can literally tag Blackbeard. And Big Mom. So what's up?
Okay, I think that can you prove those are like genuine speed feats on them?
Yeah, what? He can teleport and tag Blackbeard and okay, hello.
Or at least like show the panels of it, pretty much.
Sure. And somebody can drop that Law vs Blackbeard shit. Oh, they animated. I gotta watch this. it. Yeah, I forgot. The One Piece anime is fucking amazing.
That shit dookie.
Supreme King. That's me. I do this. Supreme King, bro. Is it 1070? No, what the fuck is the what?
Talking about the episode or the chapter?
The chapter with Law.
Law versus Blackbeard?
Yes.
1064 has most of it. 1063 is like where it starts, but like they don't really do anything against each other. It's like the disease.
If you say he's not relative, at least.
But yeah, Geass, you'll kind of see something there that kind of contradicts an earlier point. But,
Oh yeah, when he used it. No, you're right.
yeah, he can
The
kind of use the shock willy like instantly now.
Yeah. Oh, this might be my top scan.
How did Bro send the sexy law panel? What's this?
It's literally where they say you can resist double fruit
Hockey.
powers with hockey.
Yeah.
So I should have sent that shit. But it literally is saying more hockey literally fights against double fruit powers.
No, he's not using. Yeah, he's not using it.
I'm
now.
not using that now, but I should have used it.
Oh, my bad.
He literally is saying you can. He literally breaks through the double fruit powers by using more hockey.
Yeah.
Bro, you're finna get banned, by the way. Okay.
What'd I do?
Are you trying to use this fee here?
Yeah, he literally clashes with Whitebeard and like tags. He literally is able to tag him.
Well, he doesn't even tag him. He what's it? He tags the
No,
horse.
he does. He tags Blackbeard.
He literally
with the shock willy.
teleports him and he falls to the sky. If he doesn't get saved, he dies.
Wait.
But he also tagged him with the shock willy. Like.
Yeah, but that's that's a
part
lot.
of the fight.
Wait, if you want to use, okay, I'm just going off this scan, right? Like, if he wants to use a shock, okay, oh, he's using this now, okay. Well, the first, okay, I guess going one by one, the first scan is him amputating the horse, and he only did that because Blackbeard was off guard. He didn't even know how to respond to it because he didn't even know how like lost powers were able to do such a thing. So
But
Blackbeard
that doesn't matter, right? My whole argument is that Law's ability does give him the chance to one tap and like blitz someone, which it does here.
I mean, he's able to tag.
I never said
Wait.
if he had like perfect knowledge, he might not be able to respond. I'm simply saying.
I mean, okay, so I can
with a face to let me finish. With a face-to-face matchup where they don't have this perfect whatever, and, maybe hypothetically he could have some perfect counter. I don't disagree with that. I'm saying he's able to tag and one tap an Emperor.
So you're gonna argue? Are you trying to argue that because Sanji also wouldn't know about Law's attacks?
Yeah, with this limited knowledge, and yeah, that's part of a combat.
Okay, wait a minute.
Bro, can I finish? You yap, bro. You yap so much. That's just hard. Bro, with his limited knowledge, he literally has the ability to one tap people. It's even like Emperor.
Okay, so two things, right? One, why would Sanji be? Why would Sanji be slow enough? First off, okay, can you prove Blackbeard is faster?
Wait, hold on. No, that's a different point. The point we're on now is, did he do X? Which the answer is yes. Okay?
So you're trying to say that
did he do X? Did he one tap and blitz Blackbeard?
He didn't do that.
He did do that. You're very delusional, but I can
No, okay, what he did, the first one didn't even hit Blackbeard, it hit his fucking horse. And then the second one is Law going for an attack.
Let me give the full context because you're not. I don't know if you've seen this fight.
If you want to use a shock, no, I've seen the fight. If you want to use a shock willy, then that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I literally said. I'm using the shock willy.
Yeah, the reason why Blackbeard couldn't dodge this is one because he obviously doesn't have like the mobility because the horse was incapacitated and that's his way of like traveling in air. And then he also can't like block it because the
No,
thing's
no, but
literally
Law teleported him in air. That's the point.
no, he didn't. What he did was
What?
that he
What?
okay, at least basing off also I know the fight, right? But even if we just base off your scans, right? All he did is take away the horse, right? He fucking cut that shit in half, and that's how Blackbeard was traveling in the air. So now Blackbeard's left still that he can just hit with the thing. And Blackbeard, even if he had the speed, say on ground to do so, because he's in an air where
Well,
he
no,
can't move.
you're right. He did. Well, I don't. From this scan, I'm not. I remember him teleporting him, but whatever. Let's just say he just beat him up and he fell out the air, right? Whatever. And I'll show one more thing. I'm pretty sure he teleported him there because you
It's
can
Van
see
Ogden.
around. You can see around. No, no, no. Look at the last scan I sent. You can see around Blackbeard's body. There's the teleportation marks, like those cloud, that puff of smoke. It's like signifies the teleportation. But whatever. Let's just say he didn't. It really doesn't make much of a difference. Law can still teleport people, right? So that just means he would teleport Sanji, right? And be able to just send him through the air. So if that's true, then he can get his shock Willie off and just one tap him.
Okay, well, two things, right? That presupposes that he'll have the speed to do it, which I argued. Obviously, Sanji's like over perception blitz level above Law, which then he wouldn't be able to. But obviously, we're not going to go into that because that was a scaling for earlier, so we can just leave that as is.
He scales to Blackbeard without a doubt. Like
Okay.
he at minimum scales to Blackbeard.
In terms of speed, right?
Yes,
Well,
that was my
that's still
point.
that's still what's in question. And second off,
No, he directly clashes with here. He directly clashes with Blackbeard, and depending on the last scan I sent, he can also just teleport him, right? So
okay.
if either of these things are true, that means he scales to Yonko level speed. That's the thing I'm proving.
Okay, first off, let's talk about. We can talk about the speed point in a second, but first off, let's talk about
That's the
your
whole
argument.
point. What?
Wait a minute, Geass, because you're also trying to make the point that he would have an advantage over Sanji since he can just teleport in midair and hit him in a vulnerable state.
Yeah,
And I
then
don't
you
think.
asked me to prove he has the speed to do that. That's what I'm doing now. And follow your own points.
Okay,
I
well, first
literally
off,
brought that up. You said show he has the speed. Okay, so
okay, no,
wait,
the
wait.
problem.
This is gonna actually. I'm gonna speed line this debate because you'd like to just talk to yourself and pretend I'm you.
No, I know you're. I know
So
what you're trying to say,
you're about
bro.
to get muted. You're about to get muted. So real quick. Um, so he does clash with Blackbeard. That's demonstrable. If that's true, that means that he does scale to this Yonko tier. Queen is the second in command, which is below the first in command of a similar person with the same strength as Kaido, or at least relative abilities as Kaido. Okay, if that's true, that means that this person is significantly below Blackbeard level.
Wait,
If
can you
that's
just type
true,
out your speed scaling in chat like I did?
yeah. Him. Wait, it's just real quick. Him to Yonko tier. Yonko tier above second in command. Sanji to second in command.
But we already agreed that Sanji is way faster than Queen.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did at the beginning of the debate. That's part of my
No,
scaling
no,
chain.
I agreed he can beat. He's fast enough to get his attack off. I never agreed he blitzed Queen.
That's part of my argument. I literally stated it as part of my scaling chain, and you didn't contest that. You just had the problem with the law to Zoro shit.
But wait, Queen. That doesn't matter because Queen. You didn't scale Queen anywhere to Yonko tier, right? So actually, you're right.
I'm not. Yeah, I didn't.
I
I didn't
can't
scale
agree
Queen.
he can be here, but that doesn't scale him anywhere. That just says he's over Queen. But I'm showing a significant downscale for Queen, where even if you put Sanji somewhere, that doesn't actually quantify or put him anywhere over my character. So I'm
Okay.
actively putting your character relative to mine. So, or excuse me, like
Obviously.
tiers below mine.
Yeah, obviously, whether or not Sanji being able to perception blitz Queen is relevant to him being stronger and faster than Law was something we covered earlier, right? But the problem is that if
Yeah, but I
he
can.
is fast, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
I
If
can
he
show.
is
I can
fast,
show
wait a minute.
Queen.
Wait a
I can
minute.
show. Yeah, okay, sure. But I can
If
show
he,
Queen relevant to Sanji at certain points.
So no, that would okay. Again, we already agreed the perception blitz whole thing.
Yeah,
for
no,
Queen.
he can blitz them, but more consistently they can be relative. That's the issue with that. So with a certain attack, Sanji could scale above him, which is the attack you showed, but more consistently they're relative.
No, but I didn't say just specifically like
No,
generally.
you literally did. I'll show you the attack. No, you literally showed the attack he
No,
was
I
over.
said no. We literally okay. First off, we agreed Sanji the strongest, which I specified is a perception blitz level above Queen in terms of speed. Over that, right? So what I'm saying is that we've already established that Sanji isn't just gonna have like a one-hit moment or anything like that. He's generally gonna be this perception blitz level above Queen. Over that. So thus,
Wait, no, I don't agree with that. I never agreed with that.
that is literally what we established
I don't agree.
earlier in the debate.
I think you showed in certain instances he can blitz him. I don't think you showed generally Queen just gets.
I didn't
completely
even
out.
show him blitzing Sanji. It's what we established with what
Yeah,
I
no,
was
no.
arguing.
I think that's what your argument was. I don't remember you ever saying.
My argument was. My
But
argument
let me
is.
finish. Yeah, mute it. I don't remember you saying in all instances he's over Queen by a blitz level.
I just said that.
I thought you said he
Sanji-
can blitz him. That's what I remember the actual argument.
No. What I said, right, is Sanji at his strongest, for whatever reason, both characters are the strongest, is a perception blitz is over a perception blitz level above Queen. There's a speed. And then that's what I used
Yeah, I don't take that to mean all instances. I don't.
to be a perception
I
blitz
think
level
in
above.
certain attacks he can blitz him, not in every single instance though.
But if he's a perception blitz level above Queen, that just means that he's moving like a perception blitz above Queen. Like Queen just can't
with
track.
certain attacks, yes.
They're not specified as certain attacks. They just said in general. Like Sanji.
Yeah, but I don't take that to mean he can blitz him in all instances. I don't agree with
That does, especially if I just say at his strongest, which would be with those attacks in mind, with the Infant Jambe in mind. But
Yeah, I remember you showing one attack. I don't. Yeah, I'm not.
I
I'm
didn't
not
even
gonna.
show it. I didn't even show
No,
it.
you showed the Ifrit Jambe. That's what you
Well,
actually.
I did. No, that was just to prove. That was just earlier to prove that like he could always use the Infant Jambe, which is Sanji at his fastest. But
Yeah,
that's
I know,
not
but
even.
you didn't. Okay, wait. I'm just not agreeing that he's generally a blitz factor over him. Though.
That's what we.
Yeah.
agreed
Wait,
to.
no. That's what you think you implied. I don't agree with that. Never agree with that.
Again, we agreed Sanji is the strongest, which
No,
I specifically stated. Is
wait.
the
Okay,
level.
wait, Baka. Can you settle this? He's just saying like because he said his character blitzes Queen. That means he's saying in all.
No, I didn't even just say that. I didn't even just say that. I said he's a perception blitz level above Queen in speed. That's what I said.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Does that? Wait. Yeah. Baka. Does that mean? I don't know that he said that, but if he did, does that mean in all instances that his character is over as far as a blitz factor?
Wait, what's over a blitz factor?
Okay, what I said was that Sanji is at a perception blitz level above. When I was in
Bro,
my
this
speed
dude just
scaling,
talks forever. Like,
bro, I'm making it quick. I said in my scaling, Sanji's perception blitz level
bored,
above
like-
Queen in terms of speed. He's trying to say that that's in context to certain instances. I'm just saying that with what we agreed to, because he agreed to that being a perception blitz level above someone in speed. Is
yeah,
just
but I don't take that to mean in all instances at all.
If you are just a perception blitz level above someone, then yes, in all instances.
I mean, that's not
you just-
what he's saying. What he's saying, he implied. I'm not agreeing with.
I mean, if you're gonna ask for the judge's opinion, I just told the judge, right? Exactly
Wait,
what he said.
wait. I'm just muting him. He just talks to himself and thinks saying the same thing 20
I'm
times.
just telling you what it is.
Oh, this mute retard. Yeah, Baka.
Bro, you don't have to keep muting them though.
No, he doesn't stop talking. He just repeats the same thing over and over and pretends he's talking to a person.
Yeah. So, because it sounds like that part of the debate I wasn't here for. Like when you agreed to.
You weren't, but I don't. Yeah, I didn't. If that's what I didn't know, that's what he's saying he meant. I just took it to mean he showed Ifrit Jambe, and I thought he just was saying that attack is over Queen. But if he's saying he meant in every instance, Sanji blitzes Queen, which obviously isn't true. That's obviously not something I agree to. Like they literally go relative multiple times. Like they're.
So it's like now, do you want to go for Sanji speed now? Because you guys don't have a judge here for that, or like what?
Yeah, we should. Because that's obviously not what I agreed to.
Okay, so yeah, just
no,
unmute
he
him
literally
and y'all
said
can.
level above. You did agree to that.
No, I didn't. whatever. You can just repeat
I
the
mean,
same.
if you wanna stop the recording and find that,
Wait,
you
you
can
know what? No, you know
we
what?
can
It's fine.
find it in the recording.
Wait. I still think obviously he did, but we can continue assuming that he didn't. I can do that because then I can
Okay.
clarify that and he can. Okay, so if we continue that way, right? Because Geass, your point is that obviously Sanji would be downscaled by Queen because he's shown relative speed to Queen in instances.
Yeah, Queen literally grabs him and like throws him around the map. Like this.
I don't even need the panel for that because I didn't know that happening. You know, yeah.
So, like, I mean, you're ratting, like, because obviously that's not what I know the fight that obviously he didn't blitz him in all ways. Like, he literally grabs him multiple times. So it obviously is just in specific attacks. Like, come on now.
Yeah, just give me a second. I'm getting some scans.
But anyway, the whole point is just to say, in general, you can't. My character scales to a higher level. Yours doesn't. Even if, let's just say, I did agree to that scaling, that weak ass scaling, which I didn't. Or at least in that way. All I'm saying is my character scales to this Yonko tier, which is above your character's highest scaling. You literally can't put him anything above except above Queen tier.
Okay, right. So, what's it? Sanji is shown here to just after this is after, right? After he and Queen do spar and like Queen is able to get him with some attacks, Sanji just ends up moving with his base form, by the way, no like Diablo Jambe. He ends up moving so fast that he just disappears from Queen's sight. This isn't a special attack. This is just him moving at a faster speed. So he's trying harder against Queen here, using more speed than he was previously, which is also again verifiably shown because in Diablo Jambe, a faster state, he's getting tagged, yet here in his base form, he's literally moving faster than Queen's eye can see.
Yeah, there can be specific instances, and there can be instances where he blitzes him. I can agree.
Okay,
but my point is, I never said there weren't instances he doesn't blitz him. I'm saying, but there are also times where Queen tags Sanji. Okay, so if that's true, that means he can't be completely blitzing him in all instances. Again,
Okay.
never said he always blitzes him or doesn't. Excuse me, never said he doesn't blitz him.
The problem though is that the reason why he ends up blitzing him here and then he gets tagged in other instances isn't because of this phenomenon where you can blitz someone faster than the eye can see. Yeah, at other points you're able to perceive their movement and attack them. That would just be contradictory. The reason is because Sanji started just moving faster, very simply.
Okay, so you're just saying he can move up to a speed. He can gather enough speed to go up to like this level. That's cool. Generally, Queen. Huh?
He doesn't even need to gather. He just moves that fast. Like once he starts trying.
I mean,
there's not a specific power dip state or anything like that.
Yeah, there's just a claim. I don't.
No, but you're trying to argue that he's charging up. It's not what's shown. He just
Yeah, no, wait, no. It's in the scan. Hold up, no, you're retarded. It's in the scan. He literally says, "Look, just read the statement. He's just invisible from high speed movement. The moment he's visible again is the moment he's out of stamina. So he's using a very special and specific stamina feat, which is where he's gathering his speed at some level he doesn't normally use it. So yes, he is faster here, but it's because he's using a specific greater amount of stamina. Okay, I don't disagree. I don't disagree that he can do this. I'm simply saying that's not the average or normal movement. Never said he couldn't do it. Just said it's not nor generally true. Queen explicitly says the moment he's visible again, which means his speed decrease, is when he's out of stamina, which means he's using a heightened amount of stamina.
Okay, I can agree to that, but that would still take Sanji's
GG,
speed scale.
GG. Thank you.
Wait, so all you're fantastically saying is that you agree with the fact that Sanji's
he has special attacks where he, in special moments where
that's
he can
not a
increase his
special.
speed.
Wait, that's not a special. Wait a minute. That's not a special one-time instance. This is a general level of speed that takes more stamina.
I just debunked that.
Wait, no. All we are agreeing to based on this, all this provides is that higher level of speed, his max level speed, is obviously going to take more stamina than when he's moving at a slow.
Yeah, that's not his general movement. Yes, exactly.
Sure, he can normally move at a
if he
slower
can
amount
charge
of speed.
if he can charge his stamina up to use one special like high speed attack, that's not his general movement.
Okay, no, you're misinterpreting what's happening here. You're arguing like you're trying to make a
okay. Let's move on. He's just lost.
No, because I'm
I don't
trying
have
to
time for
counter.
him to like sit.
You're making a lot of claims, and I want to respond to them. Okay, you're trying to claim that he can only use this in one instance, this one attack that he has to charge up stamina for. All you've proven
I
is
never.
that okay, all you've proven is that this heightened speed state takes more stamina. Even if Sanji doesn't
That was the
normally
point.
combat.
Thank you for finally understanding.
Wait a minute. Even if but I want to tell you why this doesn't matter. Even if Sanji doesn't normally move at this speed state, it doesn't matter because Sanji's capable of moving at a state, not in a specific one-time attack. He's just simply moving at a state where he literally perception blitzes Queen at his slowest
I
speed
never said
state.
it was one time. It's just not. All I said was it's a
Okay,
heightened
then,
speed that he doesn't normally use. Thank you,
so
GG.
then this wouldn't be
Yeah,
relevant
wait.
because
Let me mute. You talk too much. You don't say anything. You just repeat yourself and say nothing. So cool. Okay. So yeah, that's what I was actually agreeing to. Even if this were true though, which I just debunked it, that just means his character scales above Queen level, right? That doesn't put him at Yonko tier at all.
okay, well, yeah, as I said, this isn't relevant because even if it takes his max level of speed, if Sanji's capable of being over
Wait,
perception,
wait, Baka, he's literally
I'm
just
not repeating. I'm telling you.
He repeated himself like a fourth time. Can we move, bro? Can you move it on? Because he just doesn't stop talking. If you just like be passive, he's just gonna sit here and yap forever.
Okay. Do you guys wanna? Do you wanna like make your last point and move to conclusions?
Yes.
Okay. I'll make a conclusion. I'm not gonna repeat myself. All I'm saying is that the relevancy here is he doesn't really have a relevant scaling chain.
You already said that. You literally just said that.
I'm not saying anything new. I'm saying everything I'm saying is new. Okay, listen. Oh my god, you guys just fucking know how to listen to me talk.
You just said the thing you said you.
No, I didn't. No, I did. I swear. No, I didn't.
Yes,
Anyways,
you did.
my point is because I never explained the relevancy, right? The problem is that his scaling isn't really relevant. If we can agree that Sanji's over his perception blitz tier above Queen, right? Then he can't downscale Sanji as he admitted he tried to do to Queen by saying like, well, Blackbeard's way faster than Queen, so Law keeping up with Blackbeard means he's faster than Sanji. Because if that would just grant Law being faster than Queen, who we've already granted is way slower than Sanji. Simply put, right, his scaling just isn't relevant. It doesn't connect to Sanji. So trying to affirm law for Sanji is just not possible. That's my
Yeah.
conclusion.
So I already agreed. His character in specific instances, when he charges
Oh
up
my
and
God,
uses very high stamina, of course he can be faster. I'm saying generally he's slower. That's all I'm saying. Or sorry, generally he's at this consistent tier. That's all I said. I can agree when he uses specific instances, yes, he can be faster. That's fine. Which I already demonstrated. But even if I didn't demonstrate that, that just let's just say I lost that all that point, agreed to him, whatever, which I didn't. That just puts his character above Queen level, right? My character still outscales his because he's on Yonko tier, okay? And I gave the hierarchy. That means I did give a higher scaling chain, even if somehow I lost every point there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like even if we give him the speed, it's like it doesn't scale him to Yonko. So I mean.
Okay, but the problem
Okay,
is,
GG.
right?
Okay, let's move on. Let me give. No, you're done. Let me give my argument. So I'm gonna finish my scaling. So that puts my character above yours in speed. AP wise,
Wait. Let's just establish though that his character is a blitz tier. Is that what you wanted? Like a blitz tier above Queen?
Yeah.
Wait, only when he has specific
Ifra
charges.
Jumbe. When he
No,
has Ifra
only
Jumbe.
when he's
Yes.
when he's using this specific level of speed, right? Because it wasn't even with
Oh yeah, it wasn't even with Ifra Jumbe. Yeah. So he did. Yeah, he did prove that it wasn't with a technique as well. Yeah.
Yeah. With whenever he like uses like max stamina or like large amounts of stamina, sure he can be faster. But that, I mean that's true for any. That's literally true for anyone. But
He didn't even
okay.
say. As you
Wait, no,
said,
it's whatever amount is to the point where Queen says he'll slow down as soon as he runs out.
yeah.
That
So
means
obviously,
he is using an increased amount, literally.
It doesn't quantify, but it does
Yeah, no,
state
I
that
never said it. I never said it did.
Okay,
I
that's
never said it
fine.
did.
That's fine.
Okay.
My point
Well,
this is
a base Sanji is a blitz tier above Queen.
Yeah.
Base Sanji with a specific stamina or speed
At his
amp.
strongest, which is what we agreed to. At his fastest, basically.
Yeah, wait. Okay. Cool. So yeah, we're using my character Awaken then. So yeah, Law with teleportation is without teleportation he scales to Blackbeard directly. So that's Yonko level speed with teleportation. Um, he literally that would put him faster.
Yeah. Did you have
So he's
anything else?
he's
Or
above Yonko speed.
did
Okay.
you have anything else?
I didn't even grant Law. He never even I didn't even grant Law being relative to Blackbeard because as I was
That was
trying to
the clash
contest.
I showed. It doesn't matter. It's the clash I
Yeah,
showed.
as I said, right, the clash was
Wait, no,
Blackbeard.
don't contest it now. Don't contest it now. You're
No,
good. That was the
no,
last one. That was the last
no,
one. I'll just mute.
because we.
I'll
I
just
think
I'll just mute.
did I not give the point on that on the
Yes,
Blackbeard?
yes.
Yeah. So
He
if I
literally
did
flashed.
give the point on that, then yeah, he would have
Yes.
that already.
Yeah, teleportation over base speed. So if
No,
his
that's
base
not what I'm
speed is
arguing about.
if his
That's
base
not what.
speed is wait, let me finish. If his base speed is there, his teleportation is even faster than that. That means he's above Yonko's speed, at least as he's shown. So that means teleportation. He literally one taps your character, stabs him in the face.
I
Boom.
never granted. I'm gonna continue contesting Law versus Blackbeard because that's not what we concluded. We concluded the whole thing about Sanji's speed in general backscaling from this, but I don't. I
Wait, no,
still.
I gave Law speed as no. Before that, I gave Law speed. That's not true.
Yeah, exactly. But then you went back into trying to prove the relevance to
Yeah, no, I
Sanji.
proved. Wait, no, I already proved Law speed. It's not like
No, you
something we were.
didn't. No, you didn't. You did. The judge didn't even conclude on the whole. Like, we didn't even conclude on the whole Blackbeard shit. Because then you went on to the tangent about Sanji connecting back to this by downscaling.
Wait.
And
Did he contest? Did he ever contest the Law clashing with Blackberry scan? I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
that.
he's contesting that. Yeah, he was.
You never contested that. I don't.
Yeah,
I did.
he did when you said it the
What did
first
he say?
time. He did. I think he said something along the lines of like something about clashes not being like I don't know. He contested it when it was like brought up though. We
Okay,
talked about
how
it
did you?
like we were from
Oh,
Sanji to
okay, I
this.
don't
So it was
remember
like
that. How did he contest? How did you contest the clash?
I contested the clash by saying that that is not because Blackbeard is the one blocking, so that's just speed free for Blackbeard being able, or he could
Huh?
at least speed. I would argue it's more likely.
I
At the
don't
very
remember
least,
this argument, but okay, whatever. Yeah, they're both attacking. That the gravity attack, the Tremor crew attack is an attack. It's a punch. It's not a block.
wait. Can you prove that that was used as an offensive maneuver that Law was able to
Yeah, they
react to
both.
by?
Yeah. He's reaching
Wait
out.
a minute. Let me finish.
What?
Let me finish my thing. Can you
Okay,
prove that
you
it's an?
don't need to like, bro. The point is simple.
I'm not
You're just
trying to.
asking me why. So that's literally what you're asking. You're asking me
No,
why.
no, because you're not even trying to hear the alternate possibility I'm trying to bring up, right? You're trying to claim that Blackbeard reached out to do so, and then Law countered by also reaching out with his weapon, which is how they clashed.
Hmm?
I'm given the possibility that Law could have been going with his sword first, and then Blackbeard could have reacted to it by then using his fist to block the attack with his punch, with his tremor punch.
They meet in the middle between them. Like Blackbeard's fully extended.
Yeah, that can be just because Blackbeard's fast enough to fully extend with a block, like with that forward.
Yeah, wait, no. I can agree. It's possible that he somehow explicitly moved in the midpoint of where they would both cross if they were attacking each other to block. But if he's that fast, it would be just as effective, if not more effective, to just dodge, right? So if you're just saying he decided to waste energy and time and potentially get hurt because he's never clashed with this ability before, right? And doesn't know it's AP to block when he could just dodge. There's no evidence for that, right? The
So you're
more
trying to say,
consistent, let me finish. The more consistent interpretation for two people meeting at the midpoint between them is that they both attacked each other, and I can give endless examples of that in One Piece. Judge, if you we could be like kind of genuine for a second. We know that when two people meet in the middle and they're clashing with Haki and Devil Fruit abilities, it's every single time we've seen it's been an attack, two attacks meeting each other. Can we be kind of genuine?
okay,
Do we want to see Whitebeard example? Do we want to see Kaido
that
example?
isn't even relevant to my point though, because even if I granted
No,
that,
it's
right,
relevant to my point. I'm saying it's so obviously consistent in One Piece.
that's
That
why I'm
this is
trying.
like this is
That's
very
okay.
low
Even
level
if we
disingenuity.
granted that, it's not relevant because even if Blackbeard was using the punch for offensive intent, it doesn't mean that he was the one that they both did this at the same time. Like Law could have initiated his attack first, and then Black Blackbeard is fast enough to counterattack, right? Which can still function as a block anyway. But he was fast enough to counterattack, but
Yeah,
it
you're
doesn't
saying.
mean.
Yeah, wait, no, no, I already gave a response to this. I'm saying it would deny um every single reason he would need to do that. So, for example, one, he's wasting energy and he could get damaged by this thing, right? So you're saying he wasted the energy to choose to block an attack where he's fast enough to outspeed the person, meaning he could just dodge him, right? So if
Okay,
that's
so
true, you're saying he actively chose to waste energy for no reason in a death match.
okay, so
Okay,
now yeah, I
nice,
get your
random retard interpretation.
so
And then
okay,
the second, wait, go through that one, then we'll
so
continue.
now you're saying that it's more likely that
Yeah,
if
why would he
Blackbeard.
choose to waste his own energy on an
Yeah,
attack?
I get it.
Like what?
Okay, I can just say that the reason is because it puts him in a more well, actually, I can just say that Blackbeard, um, what's it, doesn't know if he's way faster than Law and doesn't want to take his chance potentially getting cut by a sword that's already been shown to do a lot of damage. Hit by the shock willy, cause him a lot of pain.
So
Um,
he's seen his
he's
speed though. He's already seen him attack multiple times. It's not. I don't know where you're getting that from. No, no.
he's seen
I can
this.
show you. He's seen his attack before this.
He's
You
seen
want
the
the
shock.
evidence for that?
He's seen the shock willy. Like
No,
okay,
no. He's
the
seen other
panel.
attacks too. That's not true.
Like what?
I can show you the scans. It's in the scans I've sent so far. I can send more.
Like the only two.
Wait, stop just like yapping to yourself and pretending that's a conversation. Just let me get the scans. Okay. Scan. Boom, bitch. There, he attacks him. Hold up, let me get another one.
Can you prove that he's able to tell his speed
Wait,
through that?
stop. You're just gonna rat and do like the little
Not
weird
right.
skeptical shit. Shut up, bitch. You're doing the weird skeptical shit. And I think there's one more before this. Hold up, let me grab check.
1063, 1064.
Yeah, that shit. Okay, cool. So here's two attacks. The first attack, he's staring directly at Law, and then gets attacked. Then gets attacked. That's evidence that he's seen his speed. Okay. And then the next one, he gets attacked again. Right. So that's he's seen at least two attacks here. And then the last example where he's facing him, he's gauging his speed as he's attacking him. It's not like he's like looking away. They're directly staring at each other. So that's evidence that he's seen his attack there too.
Okay. Going by one. The first panel is him using a different maneuver. It's him using a re-room, where he's just putting a room at stronger. And the second attack is also just him extending his sword.
Yeah, that's an attack though. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
no, I get that. Let me finish my argument. And then the second panel is him extending his sword out. While he doesn't even need to necessarily use his max speed, because Blackbeard's in a compromised position. And third is when they are stopped in motion, since they're both attacking. Now this is a contest of power, not a contest of speed, since they're basically stopped. Wait a minute, let me finish my argument.
Before they actually clash, he has to swing the sword, dude. Like he's watching him swing the sword. So that is literally a gauge of his speed with the attack. And if he's faster than him, that means he has to be gauging it so much that he knows that he can respond and react after Law has already started. So that literally is him gauging his speed.
Okay, but he can see the speed at which Law swings down the sword, right? And still be unsure, even if he's faster, as to whether or not if he lets go of his own counter and just tries to get it out of there, book it out of there, right? If he'd be fast enough before the sword just cuts him. It's safer, right?
Wait, I don't disagree. Wait, no. I don't disagree. He could be misgauging his speed, but here we have direct evidence he's watching him swing the sword, which is evidence that he has seen his speed.
Right, but he could be cautious about, like, even if it's true, right? That Blackbeard.
It's just low tier ratting skepticism. This dude sucks.
I'm not fucking around. I'm saying very simply, right, that even if Blackbeard was able to tell that Law is slower than him by a pretty good amount, which I don't know if he's necessarily able to compare. But even if he was, right, he would still be incentivized to play things on the safer side and instead try to overpower Law and not take damage, or at least he
But
wasn't
he
trying to
doesn't
overpower.
know. Wait, no. He doesn't know the power of the attack as far as his clashing ability. He hasn't seen a clash with this attack yet. So literally, he doesn't know about that. So the actual alternative and the more likely one, which he's seen his speed. I just gave the evidence of him swinging the sword. Is that he actually would be no? He somehow would know that he's faster than him, at least at some extent, in your interpretation. But he doesn't know the power. So you're saying he doesn't know the speed, or sorry, he's faster than him, but doesn't know the power and chooses to clash with an attack he doesn't know the AP of.
But that can be because he's more confident in his power than he is in his speed.
Yeah, wait, no. But he couldn't be confident because excuse me, he couldn't have a comparison because he doesn't know his AP here. He literally doesn't know it.
Well, the thing is, right,
It's
that
completely unknown to him. He hasn't seen the AP of the attack in a clash at all, ever.
he could still have faith in his own attack
Yeah, okay,
power.
that's just random speculation, interpretation, headcanon. Like, that's terrible.
Which
I
actually,
can agree anything could possibly be true. Aliens could have fell. It took over Blackbeard's brain. Sure, that's
right?
fine.
Okay.
What I'm saying
Obviously,
is, in this scenario, be quiet, dog. What I'm saying in this scenario, you're saying, dude, fucking idiot. What I'm saying in this scenario is that it's very simply the case that if he was faster, it is actually safer for him to dodge if safety is a priority at all, because he doesn't know the AP or the effects of this ability whatsoever. But the interpretation I'm giving, which is that he's just trying to land his own attack and happens to clash, takes that completely out and doesn't means he doesn't have to assume anything, right? There's no worry about safety here because he's trying to land damage. Okay, I'm giving the stronger interpretation because I'm assuming, and my interpretation is more parsimonious. I'm not assuming anything here. I'm just saying he's trying to get off his attack. That's it. Okay, so I have the more parsimonious interpretation. We can move on.
okay, you've not been more parsimonious because you're not arguing over something we don't know. We're arguing something Blackbeard doesn't know. So Blackbeard, in his mind,
Yes, I am. Literally,
wait a minute. Let me finish. Blackbeard, in his mind, would be saying that, yeah, I can grant. Obviously, he doesn't know how strong the shock really, or at least the sword is going to be, but he does know how fast Law is moving. Right? The problem is he can still just have even if it's arbitrary, the confidence in his power.
Yeah, no, okay, wait, he's just repeating himself. Baku,
I'm
give a
not
judgment.
repeating
No,
this.
he
I'm
just
not
repeated
no, I'm
himself.
not repeating
He
this.
just
I'm not
repeated
gonna
himself. He gave this
bro.
argument before.
I'm not gonna keep
Okay.
fucking continuing. What you're gonna say? You see, he's just keep. I'm
Yeah,
just keeping
no,
repeating.
you gave this
You
argument
want to
like not
give
even 2 minutes ago. Give
conclusions?
this argument like
You
no,
No,
want
I'm
to
not
just
gonna
give?
fucking continue. I'm not
You
gonna fucking
want to just
continue.
give conclusions?
Yes, conclusion. He just said this. He literally just gave this
No,
Yeah,
argument.
I did not say this. I did
No,
not say
the
this.
argument about his confidence and that he believes he could
No, but I did
overpower him
not.
is
I did
literally
not.
what he just said
I
before.
said that, but I did not say the connected.
Okay,
the way
wait, yeah, no, judgment.
He's trying to push. He's trying to rush conclusions.
Yeah, because
He's actually
you just yap, dude. No one's trying to sit here and listen to a foreigner yap.
let's see if it's a new point. Please don't cut him off, Geass, and then we'll
Okay,
just go
but you
right
have
to
to,
conclusion.
bro. The same way you're like asking me not to push, you have to not let him repeat himself 5
Yeah,
times.
yeah. I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm saying that even though we can grant, right, obviously what I said earlier about him being confident, with that in mind, he can deduce that it's more beneficial in this situation that instead of trying to not only dodge the attack, right, which could grant him being hit, and then also trying to use the black vortex now that Law is in a position where he's not attacking because Blackbeard's blocked. I mean, Blackbeard's dodged. So then it gives Law the chance to just teleport out of the black vortex that he's trying to use, right? And you already are arguing that, and I can agree that teleporting makes it faster than just normal movement. Instead, he can take the risk of using his power to block, even if he doesn't know, because it would also give him an advantage of not of being able to capture Law in the black vortex while Law is stationary, since he's trying to overpower Blackbeard. Because if he blocks,
Yeah, is
that
there
means
any
that
evidence for this like random speculation that he's willing to take the risk of getting one shot to try and counter attack Law?
there's no evidence
Besides
that
just
he's
random speculation, is there actual evidence?
well, it's just as speculative.
Okay, so no. Okay, no. There's no actual evidence. Okay, cool.
Where's your evidence? For yours?
So let me give the actual interpretation. It's consistent that when two people meet in the middle of two attacks, that stop one another, they're actually just clashing because of speed. So hold up. We can drop infinite. We can drop, bro, Baka. Do I need to do this? There's infinite examples of this. We can look at Odin versus Whitebeard. We can look at Roger versus
Of
Whitebeard.
like just clashes and relativity.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you don't have to do that.
This is so easy. Like, this is so sad. Okay, is Roger versus Whitebeard a clash that is relative, Lucas?
In terms of speed, no.
Go ahead and lie. Go ahead.
He just did. He just said no.
Okay, cool. You're banned.
No, fuck you, bro. Because he literally stood still. He didn't.
Bye. You're banned. You're banned. You're banned.
Okay. Do what you want.
Bro.
Waste of time.
Why did you debate Lucas? I think he's a stamina debater.
He's a stamina debater.
He's notorious for this shit, bro. He debates for like 3 hours on end.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here. That's so dumb. It's so waste of time. I don't care.
Bro, nigga, you gotta agree to like time limits and a point limit because niggas like Lucas will force you to debate for like 6 hours.
Nah, for real.
Crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm assuming you don't want to do this just because you were just debating. But do you want to debate?
No. You're
Okay.
the same level.
I'm way better than you. What are we talking about? You've been debating for like what, 7 years, and I'm like 10 times better than you. You serious?
Sub infinity level type thing.
Not infinity level. I already beat infinity. Low def.
High diff battles. Okay.
No, nigga. The fuck. I guess you're like ass. I don't know why you're talking shit.
What below X level type thing?
Bro, I would literally beat both of you niggas in like 5 minutes.
No, D1
Real
would
shit.
have fun with you. D1 would have fun with
You one lost to me in like 10
Bro, are
minutes.
y'all
What you
still
talking about?
debating, bro?
No,
No,
I just banned him.
he
Now.
banned
I
him.
don't have time for that shit.
Wait, why'd you ban him?
Because they're wasting my time. I don't have time for that bullshit.
Bro, that was like 3 hours.
I know.
It was 2.5, but yeah, pretty annoying.
It was just a dude saying, "Well, nah, that could not be true. Nah."